the trainees are giving us here at Nali. The day is still young, and we expect we shall pull off this day with such excitement. That is the Prime Minister, accompanied by SEC members Lydia Wanyoto and Minister Victoria Usoke and other political leaders from the nearby districts, trying to excite the audience here. I just want to leave you enjoy that ambience here from Nali. For those who are very young, not so young as such, that's the song we have grown out singing at different school activities in the entire country. So it's very, very interesting to be having such melodies here at Nali, as the over 1,000 local leaders from the 10 districts of Uganda convene here to receive the president, who is going officially to award them, I think, certificates. We shall be corrected in the later on in the day on what exactly they are going to receive. But it's fanfare, it's excitement. But then that does not throw away the fact that these people have gotten a lot of knowledge, which we expect them to carry back into their districts and help government sell the government's agenda, which is transforming their communities. Then from there we shall be at the same level where Ugandans can walk on the same page. We will be picking a few interviews of some of these participants, and they share more on what exactly the journey of the 16 days feels and looks like. If probably they have gotten some challenges, they can also be in position to share with us. Let me just begin from here. I can see these excited mothers. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
You are live on UBC. What's the excitement all about?
It's passing out of hours. Very nice, we have enjoyed our training.
How long have you been here? For how long have you been here?
For 12 days.
What is your take home after this training?
Mindset, I've got a changed person now. Yeah.
From which district?
From Barara district to Win sub-county.
The people from Barara, your own is here, and he's saying he's coming back with the knowledge of transformative. Exactly.
Yes.
Wow, thank you. Let me see, there's another gentleman here. We shall be doing this very shortly. Good morning, sir.
Hey, good morning to you. How are you?
Good, how are you? The excitement.
Indeed, you can see me. Wow, Mama Nabanja has made it. Then His Excellency, oh, no, we can thank you. His Excellency, viva, viva, viva. Thank you so much.
What has been your key part of this training? Like, you think this is how you're going to go back to your respective district?
Oh, well, this is Daniel Nwagaba, all the way from Barara City. I'm from Nyamitanga, then basically now. What have I learned from here? One, leadership. How do I handle my followers? What do I mean by citizens? Now, take an example. We have got coffee growing. Shall we manage to get at least something on that? One, well, the way we've been handling coffee is not all that good. Secondly, then we have got milk. How do we add on? Have we gotten something from milk or just sell it? So we have learned value addition in that. Oh, what else? There are many. There are really many.
Thank you. You said you're who?
This is Daniel Nwagaba from Barara City. Thank you.
Barara City, you are represented here at Chankwanzu. There's a gentleman here. Good morning, sir.
Morning to you, sir.
Which district?
Barara City South.
Barara City South. Hey, Barara, by coincidence, you are taking up the front seats.
We are always in front.
We're always in front.
Yeah. We have to support this is our government. We have to support it.
With what you have gotten here, will Barara still keep on front?
Sorry?
With the knowledge you have received from this training, will Barara still keep on front?
Definitely keep on front. Why? We have learned a lot of things. First of all, this was a leadership training to put the 10 program of NRM government in use. Patriotism, Pan-Africanism, and value-added. It's a value-added addition.
Back in Barara, what do you do for survival as an individual?
We are agriculturists. We are farmers. We have our cows. We have our banana. We have our toke. So with the knowledge we've got here, we've got to add addition to our bananas, value addition to our milk. Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Wow. Let me hope the next lady is not from Barara. Wow. Barara, we are going to summarize, then we get to other districts. Do you mind if you can stand up? Thank you. The ladies are represented through you. Just share with us the experience of the days you have finished here at Nali. And what kind of person are you when you exit this place today?
By name is Nachejo Sarah from Kakova, Barara City South. And the time we have spent at our training, we have learned a lot, we have achieved a lot. Our government, we have known how now we can defend ourselves, and we are going now to teach people whom we left behind, because now we have known the patriotism, Pan-Africanism, and socio-economic.
Thank you. For viewers of UBC, we are still here at the National Leadership Institute, Chankwanzi, where we are waiting for the president to come in here. As soon as the president gets here, then we shall officially kick off this auction. But what exactly these leaders, as you hear from them, the experiences, one or two they have picked here, they are promising that they will carry this same knowledge back to their respective districts to ensure that the knowledge they have received from here doesn't die from this place. In the course of their study, there have been different leaders, including the NRM Secretary General. We saw ministers, Muse Chero and others, flocking this place to ensure that at least they rechannel and rehabilitate these leaders, because they are at the grassroots where development starts from. And if you leave them behind, then the development chain will be also like. We shall keep on interacting with one or two as we wait for the arrival of the president, and we kick off this official program. We are told the president is also not far from here, because we understand he has another engagement in Kaliro. So this is going to be a very short but enticed and interesting event here at Nali. There's a gentleman here putting on the black specs. Then you see the lucky ones. Which district is he representing among the 10? Good morning, sir.
Thank you. Yes, I'm Roman Habat. I come from Barara district.
Barara 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For the people in Barara, you are going to excuse me, I'm going to cut it short. Anyone not from Barara? She's here. Bomba. Wow. Abe bomba bali batya. Abe gombo batwalira ki?
Batwalira amagezi genfunye mu ku transforminga leaders. Ate n'abantu baffe betukulembera. Tuyiza okwagala ensi yaffe, tuyiza okuba abakulembeze abalungi, tuyize okwagala East Africa n'okukolera awamu nga East Africa.
Luli obadde mukyala afaanana atya nga tonnatuuka mu kifo kino?
Ekyamazima kikyusizza bingi. Mbadde simanyi nnyo kwagala ggwanga lyange na ku lidefendinga, mostly n'okuyiga nti bwe baleeta project nga ya government kinkakatako nga nze omukulembeze okumanya value yaayo, okugigoberera esobole okugasa community mwendi n'eggwanga awamu.
Thank you. Madam Bomba, you have been represented. This is the expanded broadcast of this training here at Nali, that is Chankwanzi. We shall roll this camera up to the last end, and I guess by the time we get to the end, the president will be here. The signs are very clear that he is not far away from us. Now that the Prime Minister and the entire team is already here, then we are good to go. These are the leaders I told you, coming from the 10 districts. It was a random choosing. We shall get the details on what was the basis of choosing this leader. As you can hear, they are very, very, very active. The 14, the 16 days have been so wonderful. Let me speak to one of these gentlemen. He seems to be a unique one, being that he's disabled. Good morning, sir. And which district are you representing? And just report, what have you picked from this training?
Kakati erinnya lyange nze Nsuuga badde mu training eyo nfunyemu ebintu ebyembadde simanyi okuyiga ng'obukulembeze baabeera, enkwata y'abantu, abantu tuyinza okubeera nga tubasomesa kugamba okumanya eggwanga lyaffe bwe liyimiridde, eggwanga tuli kututerekale kuno okutwaliza awamu abantu baffe basobole okubeera mu mbeera ennungi. Ate nenfunamu okuyiga nga opposition eno mulimu ebintu ebimunyebejja nga eringa ng'ensigo. Opposition ekwata ensigo neyagala okuzisiga mu bantu abamu kugamba abantu b'eggwanga okusobola okubeera nga abaana baffe bafiirwa obulamu bwabwe kale mu mbeera ng'eyo.
Obulemu omulimu guno gwe bakutisa ogw'okuzaayo enjiri eno mwangu gy'oli?
Omulimu guno gwe bantisa ogw'okuddayo kale njizeemu weewaawo nina ebinsomooza nga nze omukulembeze w'abantu abaliko obulemu, naye nga njizeemu olw'ensonga abakulu batusomesezza era tuyize, nange nenfunamu mu kantu kange akatono ke nasobola okuba nga nkakwasaganya okuddayo era nja kusobola okukuŋŋaanya abantu bange. Kale mu mbeera entono gye naaba nsobodde nange mbayigizeko okubitwala ebbanga mu maaso.
Omuwulidde bulungi. You have heard from him. He's disabled, but he's trying to move in line with the government's goal of ensuring that at least this information, this knowledge is shared with the people back home. If you don't mind, you can stand up, sir. Good morning, you are live on UBC. Which district are you coming from and what's the excitement all about?
I'm coming from Barara district. My name is Muhiro Brace. I'm a district vice chairperson NRM, and I'm so grateful and excited for this day because we have been at the Kaweweta as intake number 5, learning about how we can get our people out of poverty, telling us as members of the party how can we improve the services to the people from our districts, because the four aspects of patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, because you have been here to make sure that we make our people to go for money economy, not to dig for just for the stomach. But we are so excited.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome.
The money economy, the information is coming to you for the people of Mbarara. Which district, sir? Good morning. Wow, this is now a right person. What are your people expecting out of this retreat as you leave this place today?
My name is Gume Bernard from Barara district council of Kasare sub-county, and my people should be expecting the peace when we are mobilizing for our government, even our party, because we need to show the qualities of a good leader. To inside the community so they can mobilize and implement to make the economical stability in the community, in our community, even to improve our infrastructures when we are sensitizing the communities.
Thank you so much. You have heard from him. What's your take home from this training?
We have attained skills on how to manage local councils and also to fight corruption, which is rampant in districts, most especially like Mbarara. So when we go back, we not see corruption again, but this LC5 chairperson stealing money, you are going to be on them.
When you look at the entire population here, the youth seems to be a bit still behind. Where are the youth in all these trainings, and what should be your token to the youth watching you via UBC?
I think the youth are not behind, but they are not educated. They are not mobilized. So we should, as the readers, we should mobilize the youth so that they also join these activities, they join the government programs, and they will be with us. They are not behind.
Sahu?
She's a Prosper, and I'm chairperson of Town Council.
Well, this training has been happening in the districts, rather at the two institutes. That is Oliver Tambo Leadership Institute in Kaweweta, then here at the National Leadership Institute in Chankwanzi. I told you I told you earlier, this retreat has been organized and facilitated by the Office of the Prime Minister, and that's why you see the presence of the Prime Minister of Uganda, Right Honorable Robin Nabanja. We are going to start from this table, rather this tent, where I see, he used to call himself Nambanya. I don't know if the position changed, but he will be telling us the details of what now, but we understand he's still the SEC member and in charge of Uganda region in the NRM party. There's Madam Lydia Wanyoto there, and the team up to the minister, up to the prime minister. Let me begin with Honorable Chiwanda Subi. 14, I'm told it is 16 days. What kind of leaders do you want to get out of these young boys and girls as they return to their districts?
Of course, the target has been, we need to transform the leaders. The leaders that can actually go back to the communities and be changing agents. It's been a call by the Prime Minister that her vision is to see that she works with everyone. She brings everyone on board so that we can work together. The implementation of the NRM manifesto, which is also a government manifesto, is not a partisan manifesto. That's why you see councillors from all sorts of political parties, because we are implementing a manifesto for the government. And whether you belong to any other party, but as long as we are working together, we want to work together, see how we can really achieve in this manifesto. So, out of this conference, out of this interaction, we want to create an enabling environment. We want to create a team that can go out and transform the communities.
Thank you, Mr. Godfrey Chiwanda Subi. Let me just also have a peek and a feel from Madam Wanyoto on what exactly is rolling her minds as he witnesses this memorable event as we wait for the president. They normally say, if you are to transform a society, you need to bring up a woman in that line. How do you feel seeing a big number of ladies and women waiting to be commissioned today, having attended the 14 days or 16 days of this training?
All the participants here, and especially the women, are all elected leaders. And our role is to train them, to get them into a discipline, but also to make them to network, because they've come from many different districts, so that they get to know that they are all at the same level. But we are building a cadreship that is able to implement, enforce, but also ensure that government programs reach the grassroots people. We are dealing with the issue of the mass line. The NRM party is for the majority. So these are the people that are councillors, but also down up the local levels of the parish and sub-county and the district. So we want them to have discipline, to be patriotic, and to ensure that service delivery happens to the mass line of our people.
Thank you. You can have the field there. They are going to give us and keep us in field the entire day with such momentum. It's coming out of their hearts, and it really speaks that indeed the Office of the Prime Minister and this Institute of Chankwanz and Kaureta, they have done quite a good work in these, our mothers and fathers. There is a honorable member here. Is it about this dancing, this singing, or is it about something else?
It is not about dancing or singing. It is about uniformity, it is about education, it is about bringing people together. I was here yesterday addressing my people from Kibuku district, and I can tell you many of them are leaving this place changed. We have even organized that within 3 weeks after this we are calling all stakeholders in Kibuku district to ensure that what they have learned here cascades down to the ground. And this one we believe and agree that the office of the Prime Minister and that of the Presidents have done a wonderful job this time round to bring people from the grassroots to come to Chankwanz and learn. We have 10 districts here, and we formed every quarter we shall be bringing 10 districts. I wish this had been done longer time ago. It would have changed the situation. From here onward, we are going to ensure that a number of people are enlightened on what is going on. Currently, I'm handling all chairmen NRM for the entire constituency of which I live, that is Kabweri County, and we are calling the Prime Minister to come and launch them.
Thank you. You said the chairman for?
My name is Mugole Mauku David Stephen, Member of Parliament, Kabweri County.
Yes, sir. Well, that's very interesting. Honorable Member, I understand these men and women have been here for 16 days, if I'm not wrong. What exactly does this magnitude of leaders have to take back to their respective districts?
First of all, I want to congratulate the participants, more especially His Excellency the President, who has been a fountain of knowledge on some of what is happening now. The big issue has been the information gap, that even what is done by government, people at the grassroots don't appreciate it. Either they get it in social media or people who can afford media. But people on the ground, especially the leaders, have not been got an opportunity to get information and then take it back to explain to people. So the essence of all this training is to get the facts, what government has done and what government is doing for our people. The PDM programs, the MEGA programs, the free education, patriotism. So after this course now, the leaders should have the platform to explain to the local people and grassroots people on what the government is doing, and we remove that gap between the government and the people on the ground. So basically, it is about closing the information gap that people don't appreciate at times, not because the government is not doing anything, but because they are not informed. So I hope there will be a difference after this course.
For the leaders who are watching us via UBC TV, these are very insightful deliberations and insights from such members of parliament, and you might interest yourself in this, at least much as you know you didn't get the opportunity to be here in Chankwanzi or at Kaweweta, but still this information is at your disposal. These leaders who have been trained are coming to your district, so ensure, interest yourself in learning. That's why we can build this country together. With me here is now the minister who is directly connected to these leaders. Honorable Musoke, has your work been simplified?
Thank you very much. We have 10 districts here, a total of 10,000 participants, ranging from chairpersons, LOC3s, district chairpersons, leaders of NRM, up to the lowest cadre. For me, I chose to address the weaknesses that are common in local government administration. Number one, ignorance of the laws, ignorance of the duties. Much as we emphasize, because every 3 months we meet the CAOs and town clerks to emphasize the issue of sensitization consistently, so that there are no role conflicts. There is transparency in dishing out information. It is surprising to date, some councillors don't know that we increased the money of roadworks to $1 billion, and that is the problem of the cows. So concealing information is a problem. We had to empower them to demand for information. Some of them didn't know that every quarter, ranging from the district hospital to Health Center 432, they get quarterly money from 20 to Health Center 4s, 8 to Health Center 3s, 4.2 to Health Center 2s. They are not aware. They are not aware of the drugs that are coming to their health centers. They just cry, they are not drugs, they are not drugs, not knowing that the drugs come, but the challenge of too many people is there. We have taught these people to begin fighting weaknesses that can reduce expenses. Mosquitoes should not be a problem in Uganda. So my assessment in my district and very many other testimonies is that malaria is the highest consumer of drugs. Worms is the highest consumer of drugs. Yet those can be prevented.
One will ask, these are not professionals, they are not doctors. How do you expect them to sell this information?
We have health educators in our districts who should be teaching the people that leaving grass around the house, leaving stagnant waters is a big problem. That's where the mosquitoes find a breeding ground. So there is a lot we can do. They don't supervise and they claim they don't have money. Changing the world doesn't need the money all the time. Start with your village, start with your parish. They are claiming MPs get a lot of money. Their workload is big. The president's workload is bigger. An MP cannot claim a jet. So they are saying for you, you have vehicles. People need sensitization, but they seem to have changed. They have agreed, they have neglected their roles. They are not overseeing misuse of money and quality service delivery. So they have sharpened now, and they have promised to go and catch up with the civil servant.
Well, when I mean before I leave, on a very sad note, we lost Honorable Salamateke. If you just have to use 1 minute, how can you describe the late Salamateke?
All right, it's a great pity. I started with Joy Mateke, the mother, at iTech Chambogo when Sarah was a small girl. So we used to play with her, hide her from her mother, but she grew up into a very gentle lady, very intelligent, very disciplined, and very hardworking. Of course, we shall miss her as colleagues because I started with her in the 9th Parliament. We formulated our visionary group as members of Parliament. She's a member. The Vice President is a member. The Right Honorable Nakadama is a member. We've been together in one unison, working for progress. We have bought land and we are developing. But it's a great pity. She passed on so suddenly. We were with her in Cabinet on Monday. There is nothing we can change but to pray for her soul to rest in peace and to continue with her legacy so that her legacy can live on. May her soul.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. That has been the Minister State for Local Government, Victoria Rusoke. We are continuing with the coverage of this event where we are expecting and waiting for the head of state, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to join us here, who will officially commission these young... Well, thank you. I was getting some information here, a very brief one, but that's okay. With me here is one, I don't know whether you are facilitating...
Member of Parliament.
Member of Parliament, sorry.
Yes, yeah.
You know when you put on such attires, at times you may confuse you with other... Okay, Honourable, this is a retreat for district leaders, yes, 10 districts.
Yes.
How does this simplify the work of a member of Parliament in that district?
First of all, I'm Honourable Atkwasa Richard Waika, Member of Parliament from Mbarara City, and the leaders of the city are here. Mbarara City District, Mbarara District, we have here Kalungu and others. First of all, when you have councillors, you have LC5 here, information on how to monitor government programs, which is actually the most important thing, has been disseminated. The parish government model, the EMIOGA, issues to do with infrastructure, how we should track the 1 billion to make sure it is utilized well. You have had already, some districts shared it. So it is very important that they live here with a coherent voice. From here, no one has a gap. They know which programs are being implemented at the national level, at the local level, but also emphasizing on patriotism, gender sensitivity, inclusivity of persons with disabilities. You see them here, the elderly. So it is a very good platform for them to strengthen their leadership skills and know that we are all shooting in one goal. Yeah.
Thank you. That's our Honourable Member of Parliament from Mbarara, then trying to also chip in 1 or 2 on what exactly they expect leaders who have gone under for this training to ensure that they also take back this information. I want to grab the Premier for 1 minute as we continue with the business. Oh, the Premier is also sending us ahead. We shall come back. Wow. No, it's okay. Wow. Well, I will start from here. Mr. Mutumba Abdul. It's a pass out of over 1,000 local leaders who have been awakened, retooled. Do we still need leaders to be trained on what to do?
No, we are here. These leaders are here for training in a number of issues, political, social, and economic issues that affect this country. When you look at when you study the history of this country, there are a number of, issues that we need to impart into the leaders, the people in leadership. The local leaders here are not only NRM, but also people from opposition. They need to understand where our country has come from so that we can focus on the future of this country. They have been trained on a number of issues, as I've said, social, political, how to handle developments in their areas of operation. We have LC5 chairmen, we have RDCs, we have councillors, we have LP3 chairpersons. These are the people that are managing the resources of this country. When Parliament passes a budget goes to the district, this money goes to the sub-counties, and these are the people that are responsible for overseeing the implementation of government programs. Not only people in government, but also in opposition. That is why government decided, especially the office of the Prime Minister, that we bring all these stakeholders on board. They are not here for brainwashing as other people claim. They are not here for brainwashing. They are not here for imparting NRM ideology, no. But they are here basically for issues of development so that we can transform our country. Yeah.
Thank you, Honorable Abdul, for that insight. I just picked one or two issues out of this submission, where is saying that indeed these retreats, these trainings are not sparing, are not organized on the basis of political parties. You are free to participate. You are free to grab an opportunity if one knocks your door. So for our leaders who are down there, so long as you are an elected leader, you are an opinion leader, this is an opportunity. You understand we all need this resources to ensure that we are aligned to the demands of the day or the generation, which keeps on changing the home of the day which comes. With me here is another member of Parliament who is also going to share with us one or two what exactly this training means. And as a member of Parliament, are we not overloading the local leaders by sending most of our roles to them, by giving everything for them to do, mobilize communities, sell the ideas of government? What should the local leaders do, and what should be that work for members of Parliament?
Thank you very much. I'm Senator Christine Bukenya, the woman MP Chankwan's district. Actually, I'm the one hosting these people who are here. Really, I don't think that this is overloading the leaders, because the moment someone accepts to be a leader, all the activities, the roles, the work of the government, to be, remember we have decentralization, whereby we divided into division of labor, whereby everyone participates in at his own stage. So if a district is decentralized, everything is handled at the district. You see how we got 1 billion from the central government helping the roads. This billion, if it's left alone with their leaders when they don't know how to use it, we have to train them to know how they are going to handle the money, how it will be used so that it's effective. It brings good fruits to the ground in the district. An example is Chankwan's. The way you've used 1 billion. We sit as a roads committee and we decide with the leaders of the district which roads we are to work on. So I I'm quite sure that if we embrace these people, they will be able to bring down the work of our government and even to promote NRM strategies to see that even the communities can feel the government from the ground.
That's a member of parliament for this first district, that is Chankwan. Also trying to elaborate and say that indeed this is not a pass to the local leaders, like members of parliament are speaking their role as members of parliament, which entirely is the oversight. But then we say all what we need as a country starts from the local government, the local structures, and that's why these local leaders are being brought in this training to be reawakened, to be retooled about what their job is supposed to do. With me here is another member of parliament. Let me hear from her. When you look at these leaders, they are just 1,000 plus. This is a small number. If we are to sell these ideas to the entire country, will we look at having all of them brought here at Chankwan for such training?
Thank you so much, UBC. My name is Avako Melissa Nai Magule. I am the woman member of parliament for Yumbe district. I want to thank this government under the leadership of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni through the Office of Prime Minister for organizing this special program for the people, especially the local leaders who are at the forefront center for monetary government programs. I am so grateful that Yumbe district in particular has been considered for this training, and I am sure they have learned a lot. And as you have mentioned, here there are more than 1,000, but it is the best thing that government can do for the local leadership, because we are always talking about mindset change. In order to adopt all government programs, there should be positive mindset change. And this alone, this training alone, will impact a lot, that will create impact, and they will go home and again give this knowledge to the grassroots leaders so that they can monitor all government programs, and we shall achieve a lot as far as socio-economic transformation is concerned.
Look around Yumbe, the road network seems to be very, very poor. What is not being done well?
We thank government so much that government is trying to see into that there is regional balance. However, Yumbe district connects very many districts, and it also borders southern Sudan. We have national roads, we have security roads, and we have district connecting roads. Government of Uganda has given us Koboko Yumbe Moyo Road under the refugee response program, because Yumbe hosts the largest number of refugees. But since May 17th, when the road is launched, the fiscal works have never started. I really call upon government to take Yumbe in a very special way, or at least to take Yumbe as any affirmative action, because as we host the refugees, of course there are those negative impacts, as we already experience in climate change because of destruction of trees and so on. And with the poor road network, we can't do much. We really call upon government to come to our rescue. Let this road be worked on. Even the road from Teregu, Manibe, Yumbe, Moyo should be worked on. And there are other roads, the security road, the opening of border lines. We have ever written petitions about this. I will call government, and I'll be grateful if His Excellency at least gives a statement about this particular road, Koboko Yumbe Moyo Road. Thank you.
Thank you. It's very interesting there from the Honourable Member of Parliament for Yumbe District. The chopper you have just seen on your screen, it all speaks to the fact that indeed the guest of honor, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Without wasting time, let me see if I can pick one or two interviews here as we come back and wait for the President. There has been here the main facilitators of this institution who have been here for the entire 16 days. Let me see if he can give us a clear picture of what kind of students came in this place on the first day and how are they leaving this place today. A good morning, Afande Mkundo. How has been the training in the entire 16 days? When you do an assessment of the learners, the students, who this time are leaders, How were they on the first days and how are they living today?
Thank you very much. First of all, I am Colonel Justice Rukundo. I am the commandant of Oliver Regional Tambo School of Leadership and Pan-African Center of Excellence Kaweta. We are coming here with 431 local government councillors and leaders who are due for the election opportunity from the president and final pass out. When they came, most of them, they lacked information about what to take place in the government, what to take place in the country. They lacked that direction, the strategic direction of the country. But as I talk, they have been sensitized. They had people from all the government ministries, departments and agencies, and they are now convinced that they can do transformation of Uganda, because our sole aim is to ensure that we achieve socio-economic transformation of Uganda. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Well, the president is not very far, but before the president comes in here, the premier is here. One simple question. Why did you choose to bring all these leaders under one umbrella for this training?
Like I told you earlier, I have been moving around the country, as you all know. And in these official visits, I discovered that some of our local leaders, or most of them by the way, were not up to the task. They were lacking in terms of monitoring skills and leadership skills, especially at local level. The members of parliament have been brought here, the district chairperson, even we, the ministers and ministers of state.
The journalists have not yet come.
The journalists will also come. So I felt it wise that I request the president to allow, because I'm the chief monitor of government programs, I coordinate ministries, departments and agencies, and so I thought in order for us to reach down to the people, we needed all of us to be aligned in terms of ideology, in terms of skills. So they have gained a lot of skills here. We have had high-level facilitators, including the head of state, who is coming here. This is the second cohort. In February, we passed out 480 participants. These are 1,001. And I feel now, after these ones, I know they will give me some little space, but it's not even easy to get space here, because the trainings are constant. So I will definitely ask Muzei to allow me bring other 10 districts. So we select them through raffle. We raffle. Just by raffle. We pick them. So we feel every leader should have had an opportunity to pass here.
Does this, is the participation of leaders drawn on political colors or affiliations? Like for those leaders in their districts, to choose them to come here, is there any political color?
Here we have NUP, we have FDC, we have some from DP, and NRM. As long as you are a leader, we brought here district chairpersons and the executive, all the district councillors, the NRMs, the district, some of them subscribe to NRM, some don't. The LFC chairpersons, some are from NUP, and they all appreciate. I'm telling you, the way to go for this country is to train our leaders to know what to do.
Lastly, on a very sad note, Honorable Prime Minister, we lost our Minister Sarah Mateke. What can you at least say about the late in a very short while as we prepare for the arrival of the President?
I can only say I thank God for the life of our sister. It is saddening that we lost her. I was with her on Monday when I chaired the cabinet. But she came and told me, Madam, my legs are swollen and I want to go and say, Doctor. I said, please hurry. That's not a good sign. So she left cabinet for treatment. I don't know what happened. It's very unfortunate that we are losing such a young firebrand. I want to condole with the President the family, the people of Kisoro. It's very saddening. I'm telling you, it's not good. That's why I was telling leaders, I don't know what we need to do, but to exercise our bodies regularly. Because I'm told, I think she had a heart attack. Sarah has been my close friend, as you can see. It's only that due to calls, I wouldn't even be here. She has been so personal to me.
I'm sorry to change your moods right now, Prime Minister. Well, thank you for having been part of this expanded production. That has been the Prime Minister of Uganda, Right Honorable Robin Anabanja. Indeed, the office of the Prime Minister is the one organizing these retreats. As you have heard from her, if there is another opportunity, she will again go and kneel at the table of the President and request for more support and space at these two institutions so that more leaders from other districts, because imagine if we are talking about 10 districts today, she has mentioned about around 400 in the first cohort. That speaks to the fact that indeed more leaders are still left out of this training. But on your screen, that's the momentum here at Chankwanzi as we wait for the arrival of the President. Well, they have mastered the art of singing, they have mastered the art of clapping, they have mastered the art of excitement. Of course, if there is one or two things one might have picked from this, it might be the singing. At least if they have missed direction, they will not go home half-baked. They will not leave Chankwanzi or Kaweweta without anything. At least some have even been dressed smartly in this green attire here at Chankwanzi. For our viewers of UBC, the President is already in the area and we are just getting this excitement, these chants, these jubilations as we wait for his coming in here, and we will begin off this very, very much important function. I will randomly choose one or two here and we see what is in their minds as they leave Chankwanzi. Ne wota drawona kirala waka amazina n'ennyimbo bikuto
kirabo Josefu kandi ebizina nawo kusoma kuona byona bakatusomeseze kwata bunduki byona byona musomere kulungi muno kandi byona mbikakaze emundu ntera amasasi 15 era ndikali muna asabao kera sabao ndikali muno yikusandala kera sabao nisaita wa mani muno kera sabao.
Very interesting here at Chankwanzi as we see this moment, and this is one of the very, very lively participants of this retreat. Wow, this retreat is Javudde.
Esanyu liva kuno ekitugunye wano nabanje kyatukoleire kyamaani abekuleta abekulembezi bona okuliko mu district 10 apika kyabakibale naiko twaba mahali yabo kandi twegere bingi abitwegere muno kugonze ihanga lyawe n'omutima ogu gumo hanyuma yogonze ihanga lyawe kandi oyongere ogonze n'abantu bona n'ihanga lyawe n'okuba muntu omu. Yes.
Thank you. It is very interesting as we hear from him that indeed they have been taught how to love their country, of which we only have me and you one country, and that is Uganda. If we don't love that country, if we don't babysit that country, then tomorrow there will be no country called Uganda. And who will lose? The next generation will have lost. So as we wait for the President, the signs are very clear that he's joining us here. So we shall cross over and hand you to the uninterrupted broadcast of this live feed from Chankwanzi. Our viewers, for those who are just joining us on UBC, the sound and the picture has been that of Robert Onyango from here at Chankwanzi National Leadership Institute, where the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, is coming in here to commission the 1,001 local government leaders who have been undertaking the transformational courses at Oliver Tambo Leadership Institute and the National Leadership Institute Chankwanzi here. This is a course which has taken 16 days. We had thought of 14 days, but I've been corrected that it was 16 days. And from the few interviews we have picked here, you have heard it from the horse's mouth that indeed there is a lot these young boys and girls, these mothers and fathers are carrying back to their respective districts. The leaders here are from the districts such as Masaka, Chibuku, Yumbe, Mbarara City, Mbarara District, Gomba, Nakasongola, and others. There are 10 districts. Like the Prime Minister said, she will again go back to the President and plead with him. If there is another chance, at least another cohort of leaders should be brought in these two places to ensure that they align them to what the country needs. We have had testimonies that indeed leaders whom we, the people these leaders are serving, have been receiving information from. In fact, they have also been acting from blue. They didn't have that critical knowledge of what exactly their roles are supposed to be, what exactly they're supposed to tell their communities. But it is through such retreats that the leaders, they are retooled, they are awakened on their responsibility. As soon as the President gets here, I will hand over to the uninterrupted broadcast of this retreat, coming to you from Chankwanzi District. It is a few minutes past 11, and I hope we will continue like this until when the President leaves these premises. I understand he's going to be here very shortly, 1 or 2 hours. Then the head of state will depart at leisure for other engagements. But as the President comes, there is a lady with me here. She has been up and down. She's very excited. Let me just get one of... No, she has moved away. Okay, let's continue with the entertainment here. But the President's convoy is not far away from where we are. And as soon as it gets closer, you will be getting those live pictures of the arrival of the President here at Chankwanzi, at the National Leadership Institute here at Chankwanzi. So, on your screens, that is a group of some of the participating leaders from the 10 districts. The Premier is stepping forward to handshake these, our mothers and fathers who have sacrificed, who have given in their time. In fact, it is not easy for these old men and women to leave padlocks on their doorsteps and trek all these long distances. Imagine someone coming from Yumbe to Chankwanzi to spend here 10 days. It means that person has Uganda at heart, and that particular office they are holding. These leaders are including local leaders at the lower levels of councillors, district councillors, district chairpersons, and other levels of leadership in their different capacities who have been here for the 16 days. Different trainers, including ministers, including heads of government agencies and departments, have been here at Chankwanzi to at least offer knowledge, share expertise with these leaders, and it is expected that at the end of the day, when they make back to their districts, they will be in position to share this same knowledge, this rich knowledge, this rich experience. In fact, sleeping outside for 10 days, because there is no comfortability here at Chankwanzi. For those who have ever been at this place, you know how inconveniencing it is. Waking up in the wee hours to go for training, drills, running up and down, singing, exercising. It calls for someone who is even a bit very up in terms of physical formation, the mindset, and other capacities. So as our brothers and daughters, our sons and sisters, our mothers and fathers dance here at Chankwanzi, at the end of the day, top on their capes, they are carrying the vast experiences of Nali and Oliver Tambo Institute, where we expect as soon as they get back to their communities, they're going to lay down procedures, regroup their communities, and ensure that they share knowledge of what they have attained here. But of course there are challenges of facilitation in terms of capacity, challenges of money. Some are coming in districts which have very poor network coverage in terms of infrastructure and communication, internet. But again, a leader is that particular person who looks, who forges for solutions where need be. So we expect very limited, very few lamentations, but they are going to be the change, the leaders of the change we need in our communities. They are going to be the leaders of transformation. The government has a lot of projects in communities, including the Operation Wealth Creation. There is NADS, there is the Parish Development Model. These projects calls for the immediate and urgent attention of leaders like the ones who are here at Chankwanzi. If they are not at the center of coordinating, monitoring such government programs, then at the end of the day, these programs may be not used in a proper way. And who is to lose? It is you, the daughter and the son of that community, who is going to lose out in this opportunity of benefiting in these government projects. So it is very, very much important, as you receive the entertainment here, we balance it with the interviews here. Let me step forward. I've seen some of my colleagues here. We can be indeed interacting with them as we wait for the arrival of the president. Good morning, sir. It's glad to interact with you. You are live on UBC TV. What comes to your mind when you see such leaders convening in one place to share, to grasp knowledge about transformation?
When leaders are brought together like this is basically what we call political indoctrination. For one to work very well, he has to understand the philosophy and the ideology of the institution he also works with. Many of these are councillors and district leaders. Some of them have never undergone induction. Some of them have never interacted with the top political leadership of NRM. So there was need to train them to build that ideology of NRM, so that when we work, we should work knowing that what are the basic principles of NRM. So, leadership is like a chain of a bicycle or of a motorcycle. So if the leaders at the lower level are not prepared, they do not know the direction development trends are taking. So you find that many times they may not be able to also supervise, because like we have councillors who are supposed to supervise government projects at the district, sub-county and maybe municipal, also town council level. So
So it's very important that these ones must be prepared so that they execute their role. But for you to also do it very well, as I had said earlier, you should understand the principles of the party, which is the NRM. So basically, this is the ideological shaping for most of these leaders who have been brought here, so that they work and their reasoning is in line with the ideology of the party.
Are you not scaring away leaders from other political parties?
Pardon?
Are you not scaring away leaders from other political parties?
No, this call was made to all leaders. Say councillors, every councillor is supposed to come. It's not an issue to do with scaring leaders or no. You know, many times people think when they call people here in Chiankwazi, it is only maybe NRM. That's not the case. Right now, whoever is a councillor is playing a role within this government. He's supposed to provide service delivery. So this is not time for politicking, it's time for service delivery. So all the people are supposed to be put in the same direction. So there's no way they are being scared. Yeah.
Thank you. That is one of the members here at Nali as we wait for the arrival of the president. Let's continue sampling you with entertainment, then more of interviews. Entertainment, then we do interviews. Then, until we will get in to the level where we shall be ushering in the president here. The president's convoy is not far from where we are, but I think he is sorting out one or two things, then he will make his way here. But as soon as the convoy moves near, we shall be relaying those live images on UBC. I'm told this live feed is also running on our sister TV, Star TV, and on different radios of UBC. This is wonderful because as a national broadcaster, we want to keep you informed. We don't want to leave you behind. And such information is very vital because it is touching on you and me. It is touching on you and me. The information regarding wealth creation, the information regarding patriotism, the information regarding development, it should be for me and you. There is Omugore here. I don't know if you all know him. I will leave him to introduce himself. But as far as I know, he's not some month-old Deputy RDC. Gomba. What? No. Wow. Well, anyway, we leave it at that level. He will introduce himself and speak to us. How do you receive this training as leaders? What is there for us to learn as leaders from such retreats?
First and foremost, I want to take this opportunity to thank the Right Honourable Prime Minister for organizing this. It's very amazing to the leaders, and also to thank the President of the Republic of Uganda to accept this initiative to happen. In 2016, I visited China in the same course for 6 months. The President sent me there. It is very good the leaders to go through this, and I appeal to the government that not only these districts, let all the districts participate in this leadership. One, the President has been looking at only RDCs and the chairperson is 5. You see now people have loved their country, people have changed their minds, and the truth is some people go to opposition because they don't know. I have seen here some opposition leaders from NUP, especially in my district. I have seen 5 district councillors from National Unity Platform. They have also participated 14 days. So this one should go to all districts of Uganda, that whoever that participates in leadership must go through this training. It can be very hard to reach here on this level of Chankwanz, but it can be participated in their districts. So I thank very much the head of the institute of hosting these people here, and also to training the army and the list. And I have here, I've been sent the Minister for Presidents to represent her here, since I'm the head of political and mobilization in that office.
No. Well, the Prime Minister is addressing us here, and I want to switch and cross over. For the meantime, we're listening to the Prime Minister as we wait for the arrival of the President. So For you who is watching us from wherever you are, want to say thank you. That's the Prime Minister of Uganda.
Chairperson of Women Council at sub-county level. So I'm an OG of all sub-county women chairpersons here. I will have a I told him I was a district councillor. I was the assistant deputy RDC. And I remember telling you that I was a member of parliament for, sitting in the back bench. Then I became a commissioner of parliament. I know the commissioners are not here. Then I became a minister of state. And now here we are. So that means members. That means members, I may not have time to inform you all this in the presence of the principal. That now means that all of you are potential prime ministers. I was humbled. You saw me dance with a fat woman here. She's called Mungono. Anna Mungono. I was with Anna Mungono in the year 2000 when I was deputy RDC in Paris. She was a councillor. So when I saw her, I became so esani yagadde kunzita. So kulaba. Oyo mukyala mwagala nnyo bwe baatandika ekigambo kya NRM saize ye Palisa era twatambulanga ffenna nga kansila nga tuliko pikipiki nga tuli waliwo bwe twakwata. Do you remember when we arrested the fire? There is a girl, let me give you this because muzeeyi ajja ate bino sijja kubyogera nga waali wali nja kuba mu luzungu okanga ndi tayari bwe I feel I want to share. Mukyala Mungono, I want you to remember that girl. She was called Nankoma. Nankoma was defiled in P6. So you tipped me when I was deputy RDC. I know her, but I had come with my tipper. For me, I've been a businesswoman. Nali nina tipper yange nava naye ekibaale. Nasomba musenyu eyo bwenfuna akatripu nakaleeta nafuna sente. Bino byembeera mbagamba temunyoma ki? Kakati ngenda okulaba nga eputiputi waliyo embaga. Omwana wa myaka emeka 13. Bani abagenda okumuwasa musomesa. Bani abaliwo abasomesa bajjudde batudde awo ab'ebitiibwa. Nkwata tipa yange nga ngiteekamu muliro, nze nali driver. Nateeka abasirikale ku mmotoka nga tugenda ne Anna Mungono embaga tugiyiwa tukwata maama taata biki ne tumutwala ku poliisi n'oyo omusajja abanga yafiira mu kkomera the defiler, the head teacher of Kamuge. I'm told he died. He later died. May he so rest in peace. Now omwana oyo namutwala ekakumiro ne muzaamu n'asoma P7 n'amala Makerere. Nasoma kati, I'm told she works with the Uganda Tourism Board. So I wanted to share that experience that at whatever level you can create change. Naye nga bwe baŋŋambye nti nze yazze kati nze kankomaawo naye bakansala ba district chairpersons abantu mwenna abali wano, we can do a lot to change this country called Uganda. May God bless you all.
Well, the Prime Minister's address here at Chankwanzi has been cut short because now the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, is making his way here at Nali. Of course, then we shall officially kick off the last lap of our broadcast here at Chankwanzi. I don't know if my camera person can just roll around and you see the clear picture. Oh, okay, we have been guided. We shall not be in position to get, but we shall get him as long as he closes in here. Well, on your screens, that is the arrival of the President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, here at the National Leadership Institute, Nali, commonly known to many as the Chankwanzi. As the President gets in here, we shall go for the anthems and then officially kick off this last segment of this training, where the President, after addressing, he will commission these leaders. That is the arrival of the man himself, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, being received by the Prime Minister, then ministers, Rusoke there, service chiefs, members of the NRM SEC committee, and others. We want now to mute the sound of Robert Onyango and then give you the sound of the events here at National Leadership Institute in Chankwanzi. You have been great to us, and we want to say we shall give you this live feed until the last dot, and that is when, until the President leaves Chankwanzi. I'm Robert Onyango. Enjoy the rest of this broadcast.
Your Excellency, I request that we remain standing for a word of prayer, and I invite Reverend Daniel Mutabazi, Chankwanzi Parish Church of Uganda, to lead us in a brief prayer to grace this occasion. Those with headgear, please, let's remove the headgear. Abalina enkofiira tujeko enkofiira nga tugenda mu kusaba. Let's pray. Most gracious Father, King of glory, God Almighty, we thank you for our lives. We thank you for another day that you have accorded it to us. We thank you for our land, Uganda. We thank you for our leader, His Excellency John Kaguta Museveni, who is here with us. We thank you for all the leaders who are here. We pray for the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to serve you well in all our capacities. We pray that, Lord, you give him knowledge, power, and vision to lead us. We pray that, Lord, you come and guide this gathering. May you inspire all the speakers who are going to speak in this gathering. We pray that, Lord, as you have chosen us in different capacities, help us to be leaders, not misleaders. Help us, Lord, to serve you faithfully in whatever capacity you have called us to serve you. We pray, believing and trusting that, Lord, you have been with us for all along these years with peace and stability in all corners of our country. We pray that you continue to give us peace, and may you guide all people who are responsible to do that service. We pray, believing, trusting, and you are going to give us because you promised us to do so. Through Jesus Christ, our God Almighty, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, be with us as we are here. Protect us. Guide all who are going to speak to us. May that Spirit destroy all the plans of the devil. May that blessing be upon our country, Uganda, and may that blessing be upon each and every one, to be a blessing to make our country prosper. That blessing be with you all now and forever. Amen. I thank you. I'm Reverend Daniel Mutawazi, as they have introduced. Allow me, Excellency the President, to give our humble note briefly. We thank you for all that you are doing for our land. We thank you and for the promise that you made for us. We are very confident. Our Prime Minister has told us that the program is going on, so we appreciate your service and for the whole country. Thank you. Introduce them.
Thank you very much, Reverend, and your team. It's always good to begin with a word of prayer. At this juncture, our long-awaited guest of honor is in the house. Ladies and gentlemen, may we please put our hands together to welcome HE, the President, for this occasion. Karibu sana! Yongeza tena! Ya mwisho sasa! Your Excellency, these humble servants of yours, leaders from different capacities, have been here for so many days and have been eagerly waiting for this one moment to have a word with you. And without wasting time, our program is as brief as this. We shall have 2 memorandums from the participants who are going to use 2 minutes. That is Honorable Asiku Kasim, District Speaker Yumbe, and Didas Tabora, Mbarara District LOC5 Chairperson. After the memorandums, we shall have remarks of 2 minutes from each of the commandants. The commandant of Oliver Tambo, Colonel Justus Rukundo, who's a UB40, very vibrant and hardworking. Shall also have Dr. Charles Kisembo, the commandant of this great institution, who is also going to give us his remarks. We shall then have the Minister of Local Government, Honorable Businje Victoria Rusoki, 1 minute to usher in the Right Honorable Prime Minister to usher you in. Then after your speech, we shall have the anthems in reverse order and depart at leisure. That is our brief program, Your Excellency. I don't know if you have any amendments to it. Thank you, Your Excellency. Yes, because he's the guest of honor and is a candidate, the candidate can have a choice. Your Excellency, allow me at this juncture to welcome the people reading the memorandums, then I shall have the introductions of different guests. Memorandum, representative of Nali. Please walk like a kada, a young man, because you have 2 minutes. 1 minute is gone, the remaining are 40 minutes. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Right Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Mama Robina Nabanja, the Honorable Ministers who are present here, the Honorable Members of Parliament, the National Leadership Institute for our sister institutes of here and that one of Kakuweta, distinguished guests, fellow participants, ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Morning, sir.
Your Excellency, my name is Asiku Kasim. I am the District Speaker of the District Local Government and also the team leader. Your Excellency, I am also the Secretary, General Secretary for National Resistance Movement, NRM, Yumba District Local Government. And I am here so happy that when we have been here at Nale National Leadership Institute, we have team leaders for 5 districts here. I have the district chairperson for Masaka. Your Excellency, I want to seek your permission to allow him wave to you, the district chair Masaka. You can wave to our guest of honor. Your Excellency, I also have the district chairperson for Kibale. You can wave to His Excellency. I have the district chairperson of Chibuku. And lastly, the district chairperson of Kiboga. Your Excellency, I cannot now waste time to introduce myself because I led the team for in the district and I am stepping in for the district chair in the district local government. My names were already introduced. Your Excellency, I am so much privileged that we are leaders from 5 districts as mentioned above, including now the district chairpersons who are already introduced to you. And these district chairpersons have led members of district executive committees, the chairpersons of the youth council, the NRM chairpersons, the women chairpersons and their members, the chairpersons of persons with disabilities, and now the chairpersons of the elderly people. These are now the categories of people who are here. And for your information, Your Excellency, in general, we are 547 participants. We have been participating for this training for the last 20 days. The purpose of this training was to enhance leaders' capacity in monitoring government programs and to improve service delivery. On behalf of the participants, Your Excellency, allow me to welcome you in a very special way to our commissioning ceremony of cadres here at National Leadership Institute. We are very grateful for this training which you organized and funded very well, Your Excellency. Allow us to also acknowledge and appreciate our Right Honorable Prime Minister, Mama Robina Nabanja,
and her office for implementing and coordinating this program with the National Leadership Institute staff. Your Excellency, the team Nale were groomed very well, specifically from the hands of the presenters, the facilitators, and the entire leadership of the National Institute Nale. Yeah. This ideological training was timely and focused on enhancing leaders' capacities on monitoring government programs to improve service delivery. We also appreciate the good work done by the facilitators who demonstrated a high level of competence, discipline, and organization, among others. Your Excellency, allow me appreciate the district leaders who have been transformed into cadres for the resilience and discipline and being adaptive to the environment where we have been. With this report I am presenting before you, Your Excellency, highlights on the achievements made by National Resistance Movement government in the districts and some few gaps, challenges, and a recommendation. Your Excellency, we take this opportunity to thank you for your continuous support to our local governments in terms of funding and the development projects implemented by government in our district that are meant to improve the livelihood of the people. And these achievements are in various areas. One area which I need to mention to you, Your Excellency, is in the area of funding of different government programs. For example, PDM, WEB, IMIOGA, and Transition Development Grants, and funding from OPM for some other specific projects. We also want to extend appreciation to you in other areas of works and roads. Series of roads in this country have been tarmacked by you, and you have been supporting that sector very well. Your Excellency, we also want to acknowledge you in the area of health services. I think when you look at the lifespan of Ugandans today, the lifespan has risen simply because of your intervention in the health sector. And I think as Ugandans, we can't take that one for granted. We want to appreciate you so much for that. In the education sector, Your Excellency, there is no another district which does not have now a city school. The city schools in this country have been spread all over, and the initiative has been piloted by you as the district leaders of the members who are now here for this training. We want to appreciate you so much, Your Excellency. Electricity. The other PowerPoint you commissioned recently from NEBI, it has already addressed the problem of power, specifically for West Nile sub-region. But we have also now compiled that the other regions are already covered, and I think that is now the drive we are making. Production and marketing, a lot has been achieved in that area, and we want to thank you so much, Your Excellency. The other detailed information about the achievements, the copy of this document has already been submitted, and I am quite sure at an appropriate time, you will also take your time to go through, Your Excellency. Some of the few challenges I wish that they must be mentioned in this assembly, Your Excellency, are as follows. One, in the sector of the road, some of the road equipments and machinery are getting old. You know, Your Excellency, the other time, some districts received these road equipments quite earlier, and they have already outlived their fullness, and our appeal to you is that those road equipments which are already in bad state, if they could be repaired, and also new ones are given, it will also now contribute so much to the socio-economic transformation of this country, and we feel this will be reported to you, Your Excellency. The other challenge which has been raised by 5 districts here is about delayed procurement of vehicles for district chairpersons and district speakers. Because those vehicles, if they are to be efficient and placed in our various districts, it will help us to address now the issues which are related to service delivery. Your Excellency, a lot of challenges are already in this document. In the interest of time, I will think that this document can be perused at a later time, and we want to therefore now appreciate you so much for your visionary leadership, continuous support to local governments, and for facilitating this training. We promise you to implement whatever we have learned here, pass on the information to other stakeholders who are not here. We commit ourselves to continue monitoring government programs, be patriotic, fight corruption, and help our people to create wealth. As local leaders from the 5 districts, we endorse you as sole NRM candidate for 2026-2031. I thank you so much. Long live NRM, long live Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, for God and my country. Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, sir, my name is Didas Tavaro, the district chairperson in Mbarara. I'm here representing the team that was trained from Oliver Tambo in Kaweweta, and I'm representing the districts of Gomba, Kaluru, Mbarara, Nakasongora, and Mbarara City. Allow me, Your Excellence, I introduce to you the chairpersons of these districts. We have the district chairperson of Gomba. We have the district chairperson of Kalungu. We have the district chairperson of Nakasongola, retired lieutenant. We have the deputy mayor of Mbarara City. And I'm here representing the people of Mbarara district, the district chairperson. Your Excellency, sir, allow me quickly go through the issues raised by these local government leaders. First of all, they thank you for the effort you have put in place to develop this country. However, here are some of the challenges and gaps they have highlighted that I should present to you. Local government leaders raised the concern of undermining decentralization policy and the Local Government Act against the provision of this constitution as a grand norm. For instance, under planning, the law provides bottom-up planning approach, but this has since been reversed, and now the biggest percentage of planning is done at the center, which hinders priorities of local governments. Some of these projects end up becoming white elephants because the planning is not proper. I want to give an example, Your Excellency. There is a reconstruction of Chenshama Dam, and whereas the priority of the people of Chenshama and Barala would be water for irrigation, but the ministry implemented differently by, first of all, putting the water troughs for animals, and which is really not the priority of those people. Abantu bokwenye bamanya tukakubasa kweshera bya communal. So I request that you intervene, and the irrigation program is also put on that project. Your Excellency, under this arrangement, the main procurement process is done and directed by the center, contracts allotted, and payment done and made by the center. And this makes it difficult for us as local leaders to monitor these government programs. Some contractors are given 5 contracts and they find they cannot manage, especially with U-gift programs. So, and this has really hindered development and undermined democracy in local government and centralization policy. Your Excellency, sir, members have also raised the concern that the office of the Prime Minister should streamline barazas to go down up to a parish level so that it can help us to mobilize and sensitize the communities and monitor the parish development model.
For us as Mbarara, we have done it and we can see it is working. On infrastructure, Your Excellency, the leaders request for your strategic intervention in the district infrastructure development as follows. On roads, there is this Kasao, Zilogwe, Chikusia, Bugolode, Kalongo, in Nakasongola district. Sasira, you forgive me about the pronunciation. Zengeve Ferry Road in Nakasongola, Bizwera Kabwe Sika Road in Mbarara district, Mitara Maria Bulo, Kanoni. So I've been requested that I summarize. Your Excellency, these local government leaders have also raised the concern that they humbly request for enhancement of remuneration of all local government leaders at all levels. The NRM chairpersons, district chairpersons are also requesting that you extend some support to help them with the transport to enable them monitor government programs. Finally, Your Excellency, as you see all these cadres well smartly dressed, they have requested that you allow them go on with these uniforms because they are now trained cadres. So these people now are already a reserve force, and we are ready to fight for this country, and we are ready to defend this country. So there are many resolutions, but among us members have requested you come 2026, you contest as the NRM's sole flag bearer for the party, so that you continue guiding us and consolidate the achievement as prepared. And you consolidate the achievements as you prepare our next candidate should you wish not to stand. And the one presenting to you, I'm called Didas Tavaru, the Deputy Coordinator of Patriotic League of Uganda in Ankwere. I don't submit.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a very wonderful representation of the two different camps. Allow me at this juncture, Your Excellency, I'm going to be mixing several languages because not all of us are for because. Nsaba munzikirize nga nsaba permission ya candidate nti tukozeko Oluganda n'ennimi endala kubanga ffenna tetuli ba because. Swaba motuzo edi budaka kibuku. Era njakwanjula abantu bano according to their districts. Ngenda banjula His Excellency amanye districts ki eziri wano. Bwe nsoma district mwemuka ne Bible kubanga jjajja ye candidate waffe mulage Bible nga ba youth ba representatives be eyo gye muli. Chivoga district, Masaka district, Mbarara district, Mbarara city, Kalungu district, Bomba district, Chibuku district, Noza Chibuku ni msingire, district, Nakasongola district, Chivale district. Your Excellency, baba representatives boba kulembeze b'amaanyi obulira Bible kyekyo era candidate nange nga sponsor nsazeewo okwendosinga ate candidate tala na sefe tusazeewo waliwo ekigaana sole candidate nalo jaja tapa kumeini tumwagira paka kolachi. Very good. Era jaja na Yes, I promise this for that this day you'll be here. Tinejaja ina vibe yobu jaja na yobu daja tuocha mukuru na kuruli. Kakati when number I welcome all of you on 12th May 2027 Kololo tulumbe na mtima na roho candidate alaila twamaze chawedde. Already naamu yatuwadda negamba yoyo amalako. Bana G77 yoyo amalako febani. Tetuna gana. Candidate nalo. Yoweri oye. Mumulaba Bible. Checho wa UB40. Yes, Excellency, allow me introduce the visitors who have joined you for this wonderful day. They love you so much, and that's why they are here. I'll begin with Honorable Businde Victoria, Minister of Local Government. She has given a new company. We have also been joined by Honorable Oleru Huda Abason, Minister of State for Defense in charge of veteran affairs. She is also SEC member. We have Honorable Lydia Wanyoto, SEC member, National Chairperson, Women League. We have Honorable Chwanda Godfrey Subi, NRN Vice Chairperson, Uganda. We have Honorable Mugore Mauku Stefan, MP Bukamweri Kaunti Chibuku. Yazire diara atetu izomzono tu atutaka tusanganenge bintu bitereye sebo. We have Honorable Tungo Nathan MP Kashari South twakushemererwa. We have Honorable Avako Melissa Naima Gule, Woman MP Yumbe. Our we have Honorable Mutumba Abdallah MP Chiboga West. Nayaze. Tuina Honorable Sendaula Christine Bukonye, Woman MP Chankwanzi. We have Honorable Atkwase Rita Buahika, Woman MP Mbarara City. We have Honorable Eliama Siraj Braham, MP Aringa County. Our default, we have a representative of Ministry of Health, Dr. Henry Mwebesa. We have different officers from the mighty forces. We have the commandant of Oliver Tambo, a UB40 vibrant young man. We have and we have the commandant of this great institution, Dr. Honorable Charles Kisembo, with us. We have Mr. Dasoni Balava, PSOPM. We have Mr. Bilalo Zavia Diso Chankwanzi. And Your Excellency, allow me also introduce my co-MC who has lived in this environment of Chankwanzi for so long. That is none other than Honorable sorry, but if he's blessed to be honorable, let it be in Jesus' name. Major Daniel Watasa Masera, Head of Training, Nali. Ndoza jaja Bible jiulira. Ya, teri kuva ku main paka kola chi? Yes, Your Excellency, oyina abagenyi bangi abakuwerekeddeko kitegeeza abakwagala. Ne ba representatives bano ddala abakufiiringa kati Bible twagala tugifiiringe 2026. Naye engeri gy'otalina budde, kampite ba commandant, ntandika ne commandant wa Oliver Tambo. Kano Justice Lukumbo, 2 minutes.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda and Commander-in-Chief of Uganda Post Defense Forces, the Right Honorable Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, Honorable Ministers present, members of the Central Executive Committee of the National Resistance Movement, Honorable members of Parliament present, Director, National Leadership Institute Shankwanzi, all senior government officials present, religious leaders, all the directing staff from both Nali and Oliver Tambo present, our honorable participants of Transformational Leadership course, both in Nali and Oliver Tambo, all are invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Your Excellency, I am Colonel Justice Rukundo, the Commandant of Oliver Regional Tambo School of Leadership and Pan-African Center of Excellency, Kaweta, to give you a brief about this course, which you have heard from Kaweta, which is Transformational Leadership course intake number 5 of 2024. For purposes of time, Your Excellency, I have already prepared the brief for you and also the remarks, so I will only summarize in the 2 minutes. First of all, Your Excellency, I want to profoundly thank you for always finding time to talk to the participants whenever we request you. Your Excellency, the students from Oliver Tambo I'm presenting, there are 431, out of whom are 159 females, 272 males. They are local government leaders from 4 districts and 1 city, from Mbarara, Gomba, Karungu, Nakasongora, and Mbarara city. They are mainly constituted by RDCs, LC 5 chairpersons, city and division mayors, town council mayors, and LC 3 chairpersons, district councillors, representatives of people with disabilities, youth league, elders, NRM chairpersons, and mobilizers. These leaders have been undergoing a 2 weeks intensive training since Monday, 27th August, and they are anxiously awaiting your lecture of opportunity and, if possible, course closure. Your Excellency, this course was tailored to enhance the mindset change among the participants in order to become change agents for socio-economic transformation of Uganda. It had 3 broad objectives. Number 1 was sharpen the participants' leadership skills and understanding of the journey of human development in order to collectively diagnose and solve problems of their respective areas of responsibility. Number 2 was to enable participants to appreciate government plans and efforts and the ongoing interventions by all government ministries, departments, and agencies in addressing the question of Uganda's development. Lastly, Your Excellency, was to enable them benchmark the story of socio-economic transformation through field study tours to progressive farmers in selected areas in order to demystify the notion of wealth creation and household income. Your Excellency, in order to achieve those aims, 3 broad modules were designed, and I went through them. Number 1 was ideological orientation and leadership skills. This package, Your Excellency, enabled the participants to understand the primer of transformation in society, and they were able to appreciate the fact that they themselves hold the key transformation, and they pledged as leaders to become change agents and with a resurrected mindset. Second, Your Excellency, the other module was about government plans and efforts towards national development. In this module, Your Excellency, key government ministries, departments, and agencies were invited to come and give their plans and efforts towards transformation. Key among them was Ministry of Finance, local government, works, agriculture, defense, energy and mineral development, health, urban housing and urban development, as well as the NRM Secretariat, where we had the Secretary General. Some agencies also were invited, including the National Secretariat for 14 phase, Mrs. Zoe Seku, and also ISO, the parish development model, and also we had several members of parliament coming to give what they are doing for their districts, including MPs from Mbarara, Gomba, Mbarara City, Nakasongora, and Chiboga. They all came to give what is being done. This will enable the participants, Your Excellency, to appreciate the government's consistent effort towards transformation of local governments, and they were also able to do a self-evaluation to understand the missing link, and they vote to go and play their role as they were telling Your Excellency. Finally, Your Excellency, the last module was about field study tour. This course included visiting the progressive farmers in the area who have been transformed through mindset change. The model farmer visited was Mr. Frank Argumaho of Nyakashaga's farm, whom you know very well in Chinooga, Your Excellency. The tour enabled the participants to appreciate the theoretical knowledge and to give lessons for practical application of socio-economic transformation in their respective areas. Lastly, Your Excellency, this course also involved internalizing His Excellency's selected speeches over time, which you have been writing, and they were able to appreciate your steadfast and consistent efforts on socio-economic transformation since your early student years up to date. Furthermore, they were taken through military science and drills, as well as self-defense modules, in order to align their body and mind as a necessity for revolutionary discipline. Your Excellency, the I have here have fully grasped the subject matter and are ready to go as change agents to their respective areas of responsibility. To confirm this, Your Excellency, over 12 members who were coming from the opposition were able to see the light and cross over. I know at appropriate time, the right Honourable Prime Minister will highlight this one. But also, some of the members of your NRM party who were lukewarm, they were able now to become fanatic and be hot so that they can go and preach the gospel, Your Excellency. Advert the graduates, Your Excellency, this was just an introductory phase, the graduates, into your struggle for searching for knowledge, which is what will make you good leaders. You are expected to gain the knowledge to practice so that everyone can testify that you are indeed a unique court of ideologically trained people. Always remember to lead by example. Never forget the words of Mashona Diriwayo, who said that the real power of a leader in the number of minds he can reach, the hearts he can touch, souls he can move, and lives he can change. Finally, the management guru Peter Drucker says, effective leadership is not about making speeches. It's not about being liked. Leadership is defined by results, not attributes. Go forth and transform your local governments through the best examples as leaders. Remember always to walk the talk. As I conclude, Your Excellency, I want once again to thank you profoundly for pledging $4 billion towards the infrastructure of Oliver Tambo, and also directing that Oliver Tambo be included among the centers of excellence for UPDF, and it is being fast-tracked. I finally want to thank the Right Honourable Prime Minister for choosing Oliver Tambo to facilitate the part of this training. We also thank the external facilitators, among whom are honourable ministers present and members of parliament who came to share the knowledge with the participants. Over 18 external facilitators, Your Excellency, including the Right Honourable, were able to bless the course. And during the Right Honourable Prime Minister's time, 3 people were able to see the light. And the rest of the 9 saw the light after she had gone, but we know it is her foundation. We thank you very much, Right Honourable. Asante sana. We thank also the UPDF for providing us the strategic guidance and support in times of need. Conclusively, Your Excellency, I wish to once again profoundly thank Your Excellency for always finding time to talk to students whenever we request for the lecture opportunity. I wish to reaffirm our commitment to fulfill the school vision and mission as we focus on the attainment of your vision 2040 as a country. The Oliver Tambo magazine, which you launched, Your Excellency, on 17th May 2022, today has produced an issue, 13th issue, which is featuring Transformational Leadership Development course, intake number 5 of 2024, and each of them contributed their ideas about the struggle for transformation. Your Excellency, course participants and instructors are very anxious to learn from you. I therefore end here and thank you for listening. Aruta continua, victory is certain.
Thank you very much, Commandant Oliver Tambo. Your Excellency, oyakyali muvubuka muto nnyo omulabiranga ddala alina vibe n'entambula eraga vibe. Allow me at this juncture, honourable members, allow me also recognize the few honourable MPs who administered out. Honourable Rwakojo Robina, woman MP from Gomba District, she's present. Honourable Margaret Rwabombo, woman MP Mbarara District, she's present. Your Excellency, we have also got several RDCs amidst us who are here to give you company. RDCs, wave at His Excellence, please, wherever you are. And assistant RDCs, that is your great team, Your Excellency. We also have a representative of the 1st Division Commander, that is Colonel J.K. Kasule, present. And we have got so many other guests, Your Excellency, who have given you company for this function. Other guests, please wave to His Excellency to recognize your presence. I might have skipped your name or not known, but thank you for coming. Thank you for giving my candidate company. I still insist, all of you, on 12th May 2027, you're all welcome at Kololo as we swear in that day. At this juncture, Your Excellency, allow me welcome Honorable Dr. Charles Kisembo, team winning. These commanders are really team winning. Doctor, you have 2 minutes.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda and Commander-in-Chief of the UPDF, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, Mama Robina Nabanja, the ministers present here, the members of the Cabinet, the SEC members, State House staff, Commandant Oliver Tambo, Leadership School, the course participants, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellency, it is with great pleasure and honor that on behalf of Nali, I welcome you to the home of resistance to officiate the passing out of local leaders who have been undergoing ideological orientation course at Inali. When we mention the home of resistance, Your Excellency, it reminds us of the struggle, of the journey you started with a few committed, dedicated Ugandans very many years ago. The struggle that has yielded fruits, the struggle that has transformed this country, the struggle that has forged national cohesion, the struggle that has given hope to Ugandans. We thank you, Your Excellency, for that sacrifice and patriotism. Your Excellency, all the details concerning the participants are reflected in the Prime Minister's speech, so I will not go through them. But the participants, Your Excellency, were engaged by various subject matter experts, including the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Secretary General, the Cabinet Ministers, the technical officers from ministries, military generals and officers, and Nali directing staff. Your Excellency, the participants before you have been taken through the following modules. I'll mention just the obvious. The foundations of patriotism and ideology of socio-economic transformation. Thinking as a tool, strategy for youth, thinking as a tool, strategy for youth patriotic education, financial literacy, NRM manifesto implementation, roles of party leaders in the continuity of the NRM and strategies for 2026, mindset change, entrepreneurship, and the leaders' role models, leaders as role models in socio-economic transformation, energy and mineral resources in Uganda, and socio-economic transformation, ideology, the PDM successes and challenges, to mention the most obvious. Your Excellency, these participants are so interesting. On this course, they applied themselves very well. They applied themselves very well. They demonstrated a high sense of commitment, a sense of resilience. You may look at their heads and find they have gray hair, but the body speaks otherwise, Your Excellency. Most interestingly, some of them, Your Excellency, confessed they were Okole style. They told us that when they were coming here, some people tried to discourage them that they were coming here for being brainwashed. The time they have been here, Your Excellency, they are saying they are now very clean, that they are going back ideologically washed. So, Your Excellency, they are taking back a good report, which report I'm sure will impact the lives of those that have remained there. I do believe, Your Excellency, from our interaction with the participants, that this course has improved the understanding of the role of leaders, leadership roles, in other words, in socio-economic transformation. Among them, I don't see people who are just talking the walk, but they are walking the talk. And I'm very sure, Your Excellency, that they are triggers or levers of Uganda's socio-economic transformation. And as they go back to their places, I'm sure they will make a positive change. The knowledge and skills they have acquired will bring them closer to the society, because these are leaders, they are working for their people. And when they do so, then that in itself is a test of democracy, because we cannot effect the desired change if we are not working with our people. In our revolutionary days, we used to draw a distinction between mass support and mass participation. We cannot effect change without effecting mass participation. And those skills, Your Excellency, they are going with. Your Excellency, I will make a few remarks in regard to what the National Leadership Institute has done. I'm happy to report that next week we are beginning the construction of our 28th accommodation block. That one we are using our internally generated resources, the little savings we get on such a courses. So we want to try small, and I'm very sure, Your Excellency, with your support, we shall finish that project. I'm happy also to report to Your Excellency that our aqua park, our leisure center, is in its stage of completion. Now we are fencing it off so that animals do not disturb us. And I'm sure before this year ends, Your Excellency, maybe the members of parliament will be doing some boat cruising out there. It is a very good place, and we have bigger dreams for it. Your Excellency, some friends here talked about the uniform going with it. But Your Excellency, I would like to suggest that this uniform stays here, because on Monday we have another course which is beginning, and we can't begin it without uniform. Getting a uniform takes us some little time. Maybe when you choose, Your Excellency, we shall engage the defense officials and see how we can secure uniform for them, if you so choose, Your Excellency. With these remarks, Your Excellency, I now take the honor and privilege to invite the Minister of State Local Government, Mama Rusoke, to come and give her remarks, and then invite the Right Honorable Prime Minister.
Your Excellency, we also have Honorable Onzima Godfrey, MP Aringa North. Sorry, I remain your submitted Muzukuru Seku Helen, Commissioner Patriotism, nominator to His Excellency, and a Private Secretary Youth to H. Either President. Asante sana. Karibu Honorable.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, our hero, our father, vibe for the President, candidates. Our Right Honorable Prime Minister, our role model, our mentor, vibe for the Prime Minister. Your Excellency, I beg to request that you grant me to request all of us to rise for a minute of silence
in memory of our fallen prominent ladies, the Minister of State for Defense of late, the Honorable Sarah Mateke, and our renowned athlete, Rebecca Cheptegei. May their souls rest in eternal peace. Your Excellency, I won't go into long speeches because I will be repeating what other people have said. But as the Minister of State for Local Government, which hosts all the participants here, we agreed with them because we taught at Kaweweta and taught here. I've been here since Friday. I have liked their transparency and acceptance. In local government, we have agreed with the participants that let's maximally use a free given weapon of the mouth to transform this country. That we should talk and talk and talk consistently of all the matters pertaining development. We first of all know them, understand them, and then take on the role of teaching the communities around us with consistency and commitment. People must know the government programs. People must be patriotic to love this country because we are, because Uganda is. We agreed on several issues to know first and inform the others. Your Excellency, we agreed to task the cows to be the main trainer of trainees. Because every 3 months, Your Excellency, we invite them to assess the progress, to tell them the grievances of the communities. They should be able to go back and interpret the laws and interpret the rules and regulations managing their councils where a lot of petitions are arising, and to teach the people the programs. I wondered here when some people confessed that they didn't know of the billion, and I want to thank them. We have empowered you. Go with the power. You have the power to task the cows to display all the monies that come from government and to even teach you the guidelines of how each project runs. I want to go into those details. We agreed, Your Excellency, that even the longest journey starts with a stride. You yourself demonstrated that by walking on foot throughout this country to liberate Uganda. We have constituencies, and I want to thank the participants. They have sharpened their teeth to go and bite the corrupt. Thank you. Go and do the needful. Your Excellency, I would be doing injustice to be disobedient, to go beyond the time allocated to me, but I want to remind my colleagues to be disciplined. We emphasized cohesion, to work together, to avoid cliquism. A clique for the chairman, a clique for the councillor, a clique for the cow. So together we stand, and united we shall live and raid Uganda to higher horizons. I salute all of you, and I can't live here without saying that we have a candidate, and the only, can we stand up and give him a standing ovation as I say, Museveni oye! NRM oye! But in the making, we have a standby generator. Muhozi oye! Muzee, you will tell us when you want a replacement. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Honorable, come and usher in the right honorable.
Because of excitement of Muzee, I was forgetting one of the biggest role to invite the Right Honorable Prime Minister to come and address us.
Thank you. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, the Honorable Ministers, the Honorable Members of Parliament, the RDCs present, the District Chairpersons, distinguished guests, dear participants, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to welcome our President to the National Leadership Institute, Kyangwanzi, as we come to the end of our Transformational Leadership course. Dear participants, join me to thank His Excellency, the President, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, the Chairman of the mighty party NRM, for accepting and honoring our invitation. Your Excellency, I know you are aware, like Honorable Rusoke has said, the Honorable Sarah Matekenyirabasisi, the Minister of State for Defense, and he has gone to be with the Lord. We thank you for giving her an opportunity to serve our country. And we honor her for her contribution to this motherland. And I want to condole with you, her family. She has been a member of Parliament for Kisoro, and so for the people of Kisoro and the Parliament of Uganda. Your Excellency, the program has now come out. We shall honor her in the House on Tuesday. I request that her soul rests in eternal peace. Your Excellency, the idea of this transformational leadership course for local leaders originated from our this country-wide working visits, where we discovered that most leaders do not carry out effective monitoring of government programs. As a coordinator of government ministries, departments and agencies, including local governments, I shared the feedback during our coordination meetings, where we jointly agreed to start the ideological transformational courses for local leaders as one way of addressing the above challenge. Your Excellency, we are glad that you endorsed this idea. We began with 7 districts in February that involved 480 participants here at Nali from the districts of Hoima, Kyangwanzi, Kasanda, Nakaseke, Kakumiro, Kamwenge, and Mubende. We were grateful that you came and delivered a lecture of opportunity. The feedback we are getting from those districts is that those leaders are doing better. Now, the second intake of participants that you are passing out today of 978 plus 23 helpers, because they have also been attending. This totals to 1,001. And these are from the districts, as already mentioned, of Yumbe, Chibuku, Masaka, Chiwoga, Chibale, Gomba, Mbarara, Nakasongola, Karungu, and Mbarara City. And these leaders included 6 RDCs, 7 district chairpersons, 8
district NRM chairpersons, district women league, NRM leagues, district councillors, district women, youth and PWD councils, the LCC chairpersons, the sub-county NRM chairpersons, sub-county women, youth, PWD council chairpersons. Your Excellency, allow me to inform you that we received another participant who is now a few days old, a baby girl who was delivered during the course by the district councillor, Brichu Beatrice from Yumbe district. We've got another participant, Your Excellency, a baby girl. And now the participants are one southern and the two. Your Excellency, these participants were carefully selected for being central in the successful implementation of all government programs. Having been a sub-county chairperson for Women Council, a district councillor, a deputy RDC, so I know the central role these leaders play. So other leaders, including NRM SEC members, ministers, members of parliament, RDCs, are here, like they have already introduced them, for this function. And I've been checking and encouraging the participants throughout the course. I want to thank you, members, for having encouraged our members, our participants, to soldier on until today. Once again, I want to thank you, Excellency, for the guidance and support towards the success of these trainings since when we started. I thank the National Leadership Institute, Chankwanzi, and the Oliver Tambo Leadership Institute, Kaweweta, for hosting these training programs. Your Excellency, these participants have been equipped with knowledge in patriotism, ideological transformation, and leadership skills for socio-economic transformation. Your Excellency, like you have already been told, I was personally here with my sister Huda. She's here. We were here. With our sister Namuyangu, our sister here, Victoria, the members of parliament from Kashari, from Chibuku, and many others, the members of parliament have been here. We have been moving around. And I believe our people have got what it takes. It's like you delegated me to go to Tonga. Soon after Tonga, when I stepped on Ugandan soil, the first thing I did was to come here. I delivered my lecture of leadership, skills and management at both institutes, in addition to very many other facilitators that, like I already mentioned. I want to thank you for the book you authored on the 4 sectors and 7 ways for wealth and job creation. We have used it as a guide during this transformational course, and each of the participants has been given a copy. Your Excellency, thank you so much for that book. I encourage you, dear participants, to read and internalize Mose's wisdom for the betterment of your lives and the people you lead. Your Excellency, these cadres you are passing out today have exhibited passion and commitment to your cause of socio-economic transformation. Let me thank the facilitators, including the Secretary General of the NRM, Honorable Todongo, Honorable Kasolo Haruna, Honorable Jennifer Namuyango, Honorable Musa Echweru, Victoria Rusoke, Honorable Okasai Oporot, Major General Henry Masiko, Major General Kasula Chomukama, the PS, Ministry of Agriculture, Animal Industry and Fisheries, Colonel Baguma Ime Katabazi, Colonel Justice Rukundo, who is here with us, Colonel Serugo Henry, Major Chigozi Kawesa, Mr. Semugerere Katende, Mr. Dahuk, Paulo, Nali, and Oliver Tembo staff, together with a number of technical staff from ministries, departments, and agencies. I commend the Ministry of Local Government and the Commissioner for Patriotism, Ms. Helen Seku, for the good work well done. Your Excellency, we have coordinated together, and I want to thank you for having chosen those leaders. Your Excellency, the skills gained during the 14 days training, these participants are now change agents in driving the socio-economic agenda for Uganda through effective monitoring of government programs starting at grassroots. Dear participants, now that you are change agents, as we agreed, when you go back, ensure that you effectively manage your time. Remember the other course on time management? Do you remember? Are we together? Monitor and also popularize the many government wealth creation programs, such as PDM, Emioga, we now have GROW, we already have WEP, the Youth Livelihood Program. Those wealth creation programs are very important, as the President may explain. Your Excellency, we request that this course covers the entire country. Your Excellency, this transformation course attracted leaders from other political parties, and they are convinced that the movement ideology is the way to go. In the interest of time, I don't know whether you allow me to read their names. Is it okay? I have Kasozi Raymond. I request that you stand up and come in front for recognition. Kasozi, please welcome them with vibe. Where is Kasozi? Kasozi Ariwa? Kasozi is from Nakasongola. Noop. Abigaba George from Gomba, FDC. Tumwine William, Noop, Ruabenge. Where are they? Please come forward. Chagulanyi Nyanzi Bogere from Karungu, Noop. Ruarugaga Ibrahim from Karungu. Narumaga Ruth from Chamulibwa, Karungu. Please come forward. Tumusabe Samuel, Mbarara City, Noop. Ruakisaija Johnny Mary, Mugisa. Wabwire Sadiq, Chibuku, Noop. Kakaire Mubarak, UPC from Chibuku. Salongo Sam Mubiru, Gomba, Noop. Ntaganda Johnny Bosco, Gomba, Noop. Kiza Aloysius from Gomba, Noop. And Amanya Achilles. Your Excellency, I request that members join me to welcome our brothers and sisters. I don't know where it is possible for you to give us a chance for a photo moment. We request our brothers, the protocol officers, give them masks. You can also join in. I had read his name. He was out. Please join quickly. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for accepting. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Muzei is requesting for a minute, but let me conclude. He wants a minute. Or would it be enough? Okay. Muzei, in you, we have the best striker as NRM. That is why you are globally recognized. Dear participants, allow me to inform you that General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni is the current chair of the non-allied movement, the group of 77, plus China since January 2024. Your Excellency, we are glad to receive you, the Master of Trainers, as we close this course. We look forward to tapping into your wealth of experience. It is now my honor to invite you to deliver your elective opportunity and pass out these cadres.
Okay, thank you so much. Sit down. I think it would be good if somebody translated in Uganda at least. We may not translate the others. Kubanga nkimanyi nti oluzungu lukyabakwata bubi abasinga obungi. The Lugubara speakers, I think that for them they may be understanding English a bit more than some of them. The Right Honourable Prime Minister and Ministers and all participants.
Oweekitiibwa Prime Minister ne Baminisita ne mwenna abenyigidde mu musomo guno.
This time I want to emphasize one angle which has not been emphasized, I think, in recent times.
Ku mulundi guno President ayagala okuteeka essira ku nsonga eno gy'alowooza nti eyinza okuba tennasimbibwako bulungi sira.
In all these programs which they taught you,
mu musomo gyonna gye musomye,
emisomo egikwata ku programs,
emisomo egikwata ku nteekateeka.
The one summary that will help you
engeri gye tusobola okufunza ekisobola okubayamba mu nfunza ennyangu
is to recognize how the NRM differed from the other political groups.
Kubafundiza okubalaga ngeri ki NRM jeryanjawulo ku bibiina ebirala oba ku groups endala zemulabye zemmanyiko.
Some of us had been part of some of those parties, the old parties, UPC, DP, Kabakayeka.
Era abamu ku ffe twali bamu ku parties ezo DP, Kabakayeka, UPC.
But in the 1960s, we started seeing a fundamental difference between us and those parties.
Naye mu 1960 twatandika okulabawo mu myaka gy'enkaaga twatandika okulabawo enjawulo wakati waffe na bibiina ebyo ebirala.
The difference was, first of all, in the purpose of politics, but also in the targets of politics.
Enjawulo eyannamaddala yali nnyo mu kigendeerwa eky'ebyobufuzi, the purpose and ne ebigendererwa.
The aim, ensonga, mpozi yalibadde ensonga.
Ensonga n'ebigendererwa.
Ensonga etuyingiza mu byobufuzi yerwa. Ate ebigendererwa byebiruwa. Put it in better Uganda. What is the purpose of politics? And what are the aims of politics?
Batunuulira kiki lwaki twandyenyigidde mu byobufuzi tubyenyigire mu bwenyigizi olw'ensonga abalala bonna baali birimu. Ensonga ki eyannamaddala lwaki twandyenyigidde mu byobufuzi n'ebyobukulembezi ekyo ekyali kinyisi kyabwe.
The old political parties,
naye ate ebibiina ebikadde,
they were saying that the purpose of politics is to get together people of the same identity.
Endowooza enkadde yaleerooza nti ekigendera ky'ebyobufuzi kwe kuleeta abantu bamu abalina endowooza efaanagana.
Abafaanagana mu ddiini oba mu mawanga.
Abalina ebibafaanaganya nga bibaawula ku balala, ogeza abalina eddiini emu, abalina eggwanga erimu, bo baali balooza nti ekigendera ky'ebyobufuzi kwe kuleeta abantu abo.
So that's how you had DP coming up 1954 as a party for the Catholics.
Era olw'ensonga ekyo olaba nti ekibiina kya Democratic Party kyo bwe kyali kijja kyajja nti gamba ffe tuli bakatoliki.
Then UPC 1960 as a part of the Protestants and some Muslims.
Ate ekibiina ekya UPC nakigamba nti ffe tuli baprotestante n'abamu ku basiraamu.
And then Kabakayeka as a part of the Baganda, mainly Protestants and Muslims.
Ate era n'ekibiina ekya Kabakayeka nga nakyo kigamba naffe tufuneyo Abaganda n'abamu ku basiraamu, Abaganda bokka.
That's why you would hear them saying, Echaffe, you as who?
Era ndowooza owulira endowooza egamba nti kino kyaffe kitegeeza nti bo balinamu engeri gye beeyawulamu nga kano kaffe ffe ng'Abakatoliki, ffe ng'Abaganda, ffe nga kino.
You'd hear them ekyeitu.
Kyekimu n'owulira ne Mbalankole nga boogera ensonga eyo nga bw'owulira.
Oguno ekyeitu. Then in Luo, they would say Megwa, ours. The same idea. So the purpose of politics to them was identity.
Kati bo ekigendererwa ky'ebyobufuzi kubo kyali kya njawukana eyo ffe kaffe kano kaffe.
Now when we started, we rejected this idea. We said, but the aim of politics must be, if you put it in Runyankore, okuchenura. Okuchenura means to remove the needs of the people.
Kati bo bakyetezanga ekigendererwa ky'ebyobufuzi kyandibadde
kyakwejjako ebizibu,
kyakugyawo bizibu, si kyakukuŋŋaanya nti kano kaffe ffekka, naye tusobodde otya okukolera awamu okulwanyisa ebizibu.
The Runyankore word okuchenura is much more precise. Those who know Runyankore, okuchenura, emicheno, the problems which can be solved should be solved. And the way to do it is okuchenura, okujja kwebizibu ebisoboka, to remove the problems that can be removed.
Mu Luganda mwekenneenya bizibu ki bye tusobola okwekenneenya nti bino tusobola okubirwanyisa. Kati ekigendererwa kya politics bo gwe bajja nabo erega nti bizibu ki bye tusobola okulwanyisa ntubikenneenya nti bino tusobola okubirwanyisa ffe awamu.
So that's why, therefore, these principles you talk about, patriotism, Pan-Africanism, started from there.
Tuvolaba empaje ennya ezo zinamutaayika ennya ez'ekibiina kya NRM, omuli okwagala eggwanga lyaffe, omuli demokrasi ow'ekimummette, omuli okulwanira wamu ng'amawanga ga Africa, omwana w'omuddugavu, ate era n'okulwanyisa n'okuteekawo enkulaakulana y'omuggundu. Empaji ezennya ziva mu ndowooza eyo bano gye baayina mu myaka gy'enkaaga.
We said that the main purpose of politics is to create prosperity.
Bo basembayo nga bamaze kyebaliraga nti ekikulu ennyo mu politics oba mu byobufuzi kwe kuteekawo enkyukakyuka n'enkulaakulana mu bitundu.
And create prosperity.
N'okuteekawo enkulaakulana, okutondawo enkulaakulana.
The Runyankore word would be obugwaje. Obugwaje is stronger than even enkulaakulana. I don't know how you can say it in Uganda. Obugwaje.
Is that wealth? Not wealth. Huh?
It's more than wealth. It is wealth plus. Munonye ekigambo omanyi Oluganda lunamu obwavu bw'ebigambo.
Okukyusa embeera,
okuteekako embeera ennungi mu by'obugagga no mu
byenfuna.
Bugagga but also peace, for instance. Si bugagga naye bugwajje, part of bugwajje.
Embeera eno eteekawo enkulaakulana, abantu okweyagalira mu ggwanga lyabwe, obugagga, kwegambanga eggwanga abantu balyeyagaliramu.
So you need to get the word, an accurate translation for the word prosperity.
Yes, Excellency.
Prosperity in English. It is economics, but also plus other non-economic.
Omanyi ekigambo kye bayita nkulaakulana tekikoma ku byanfuna byokka. Kiriko ebyenfuna naye ate n'embeera z'abantu zonna okutwalira awamu.
Kale katugendera awo. So that's why we said the purpose of politics cannot be identity. It must be to get prosperity.
Kati bo ndowooza mu mwaka myaka gy'enkaaga nga bajja nga ekigendererwa ky'ebyobukulembeze ensonga ereme kubeera kuleeta bantu mukaffe ffe ng'Abakatoliki, ffe ng'Abaganda, ffe ng'Abaprotestant, wabula ebeere engeri y'okukyusa ku ggwanga.
So, and then we said, where does prosperity come from?
Ne bagamba nti tusobola tutya okukyusa, kale kye twagala naye ekyo tusobola tutya okukikola.
Can we get prosperity from begging?
Ekyo tusobola okukikola nga tusabiriza busabiriza.
Can you get prosperity by depending on your brother? Like what is the custom now? You find somebody who is prosperous or the people come and stay at his house.
Tusobola okuteekawo enkyukakyuka mu ngeri y'enkulaakulana ng'abantu basabiriza bannaabwe
ab'enganda zaabwe.
Mukira wa luganda lwo kuva ku makya ne mukuŋŋaana awo mu famire ye kubanga yayinako kaalina.
So therefore that's why we said no. Prosperity can only come from every adult producing a good or a service and selling it and producing it with a chibaro.
Kati nibavaayo n'ensonga eno nti engeri yokka gye tusobola okukulaakulanya abantu baffe kwe kuba nti tusobozesa buli muntu yenna okuba nga yeenyigiramu ng'ate mu kwenyigiramu okwo akola ekintu ekiyingiza ssente ng'ate akikola ng'ateeseemu ekibalo.
Now, if you produce a good and a service, then the next question is who buys it?
Kati ekibuuzo ekirala kijja bwe mmala okubaako kye nnima oba kye nkola oba omulimu gwe nkola ani agenda okugungula kani agenda okunsasula ssente.
And that's how now, after careful, our position is not emotional, it is scientific.
Bino tebyajja babirowoozaako tebyajja buzine babirowoozaako babiteekamu obudde okutuuka ku kye baatuukangako.
So, like now, if you look at the people here, in this part of the cattle corridor, this Chenkwanzi, and the parts of Gomba, Nakaseke, Ngoma, this is part of the cattle corridor and Ankole and so on.
Kati kitundu kino bw'okitunuulira bano balunzi wano Kyankwanzi, Engoma, okugendera ddala disitulikiti zonna Gomba okwetooloolera ddala eno yonna. President agamba nti kino kitundu kya balunzi.
Now these cattle keepers, now that they have woken up, they are getting income from selling milk, selling beef and so on, milk products.
Ni okuva lwe baazuukuka nga babazuukusizza kati amaanyi gonna bagateeka ngeri gye basobola okukola ssente batunda amata batunda omuzigo.
Simanyi gonna bakateekamu katonotono naye katono ke bataddemu singa bateekamu amaanyi gonna bugenda kubeera bagagga nnyo okusinga kati bwe bali.
Yes, excellent.
Akatono
ke bakozeeko President alaba nga waliwo enkyukakyuka naye agamba ti singa ate bateekamu ekisingako awo nga bw'alowooza ojja kulaba enkulaakulana ey'omuggundu mu kitundu kino ekyabalunzi.
Now these cattle keepers, they are now producing milk, producing beef, and some of them produce bananas also.
Kati bano balunda ente ez'ennyama ate n'amata ate abamu balina mu bitooke batunda amatooke.
Now you find that A cannot buy from B, B cannot buy from A in the cattle corridor. Why? Because they are producing similar products.
Naye olw'okuba bonna bakola ebifaanagana ojja kusanga bonna balina amata bonna balina ennyama bonna balina amatooke. Kati kizibu nnyo okufuna akatale mu bo bennyini kuba buli omu akirina.
That's why you find that the people who support the prosperity of the people in the cattle corridor are actually the people who are outside the cattle corridor, like the ones in Kampala. By the bananas.
Kati oba olaba nti engeri yokka gy'osobola okukuzaamu bano abantu abawa akatale ate bali ebweru w'ekitundu kino abatali mu balunzi kubanga abo be bagula amata be bagula ennyama be bagula amatooke wabbo tebabirina bo bajja ne babigula.
So therefore, when you go to the other line of echafe, if you come among these people who are mainly Banyankwere and other cattle keepers, you say, we as Banyankwere, you are now actually an enemy of those Banyankwere first and foremost.
Kakati, bodda kuchiri echafe amata gaffe.
Asimata, fenga Banankole.
Fenga bwekiti. Kitegeeza nti bw'okireeta oba
you become an enemy of these people first and foremost before you become the enemy of the whole of Uganda.
Kakati oba ofuuse mulabe aba eri abantu bano abali mu kitundu kino ekyabalunzi newankubadde oba tonafuuka mulabe wa Uganda yonna.
In addition, you are already
nga tonafuuka mulabe wa ggwanga lyonna osooka kufuuka mulabe wa bano naye ate era obeera mulabe wa ggwanga lyonna era mu kiseera kyekimu
kubanga byoyogera bilinya musiyani y'abantu bano kwebaliira. What you are talking is dangerous for the interests of these people here.
kubanga enjogera yeeyo efiiriza ereeta obutwa mu sowaani yaabwe mubaliira kubanga boke katale kaabwe naye gwe ebigambo byoleeta byonoona akatale k'abantu so oba ofuuse wakabenje nnyo eri abalunzi bano ate neggwanga.
So these people who produce a good or a service, they benefit from Uganda more than from their tribal groups or their religious groups.
Kati abantu ab'engeri eno abakola emirimu mu kitundu nga kino baganyulwa nnyo mu ggwanga lyonna okusinga gwe okubalowoozesa nti berowoozeeko bo ng'ab'ekitundu ekyo kyokka.
That's why therefore we said no. For us, our principle number one is patriotism. Moyo wa Uganda. Why the spirit of Uganda? Why the spirit of Uganda? Because Uganda is more useful to us than the individual tribal groups or religious groups.
N'olw'ensonga eyo bo mu ndowooza yaabwe nga bajja baga ekisinga okutugasa si mwoyo gw'abano bokka abawana akatunduka wabula omwoyo gwa Uganda kubanga Uganda ate yeteekawo akatale ak'ebintu byonna awamu.
So that's the principle of patriotism.
Ogwo gwe mwoyo ogwa munna-Uganda.
But as you wake up, you find that the internal market of Uganda is not even enough.
Naye ate era bwewetegereza ojja kusanga nti era ekiseera kituuka nga n'akatale akagwanga tekamala aka Uganda yokka tekamala kumalawo bye tukola.
That's why we said Pan-Africanism.
Kati awo ne tulinnyuka ku level yaffe eddako ey'omulamwa gwaffe nga NRM ogwa Pan-Africanism, omwoyo gwa Africa.
Because Africa is the one which can support our prosperity even better than Uganda.
Kubanga twakirabanga Africa ate yo katale kagazi nnyo okusinga akatale kaffe nga bannayuganda ffekka.
So this was for us, but in order to do that, you must undergo socio-economic transformation. The four sectors.
Niye okutuuka awo
take advantage of
okufuna mu ekyo okufuna mu Uganda okufuna mu katale ka East Africa okufuna mu katale ka Africa olina okubanga biri bye basoose okubannyonnyola ebyokukola bye babanyonnyoddeko olina okubanga obiteese mu nkola.
You must be a new actor. You must be undergo socio-economic transformation. You must be a new person.
Olina okuba nti okyusiddwa olina okuba nga weenyigiddemu okuba nti oganyulwa ate mu nsonga ziri zetwogeddeko ezisoose eya Uganda eya East Africa ne Africa.
These people in the cattle corridor, they had to change from obujajja, from the enkola y'obujajja, enkola kashanjirwe to get a new way of working in order to benefit from the market of Uganda and the market of Africa.
Kati nabano abantu bayogerako president abali mu cattle corridor balina okukyusa endowooza ekuva mu ndowooza y'obujjajja ey'okulowooza nti omuntu ajja kulunda ente afune mu half litre y'amata
okusengasenguka nomadism
okuba nti bava mu kifo wano bagize ne batambula ne bagenda eno bagenze bakyusa ente zaali enansi bagenze bazikyusaamu amata ne gaba mangi so olw'okuba bagenze bakyusa batandise okufuna mubiri ebyalowoozebwako president byayogeddeko waggulu mu Uganda mu East Africa ne mu katale ka Africa konna.
So this is the purpose of politics.
Kati awo kyekigendera ekikulu bo yensonga enkulu ey'ebyobufuzi ensonga enoga eddagala ly'ebizibu by'abantu.
Ensonga enkulu, the main purpose of politics is okuchenura abantu, to solve people's problems which can be solved.
Ensonga enkulu ey'ebyobufuzi kwe kuba nti musobola okutuula ne munoga eddagala eri ebizibu ebinogeka eddagala lisobola okunogeka.
in his poor Rwanda, he's moving well now.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Excellency.
Because, for instance, if I have not combed my hair, I have got hair is not combed, is shabby.
Kati bwanga tasanyiridde enviirize nga ebiviiriviri biri awo.
I can say, I need, I have got the need to shave this hair.
Abaga nti nina ekyetaago ekyokusanyirira enviiri zino zirongoosa ate nga akisobola.
But if you have got a bald head like myself,
naye kati ate bw'obanga olina kiwalaata nga kyalina,
that's no longer mcheno now, that's obukosefu.
Kati kitegeeza nti ekyo ate kiri wagguluwo.
Because it can't be solved, so you leave it.
Ekyo tolina bw'okikolako kubanga ne bw'onoyagala okusanyirira tekuli wadde akantu. Ne bw'oyagala ozikola kyekuli, naye bwe ziba nga nviiri kweziri, ekizibu kyolaba nga kya nviiri mbi zeetaaga kusanyirira. Ekyo President yagaa nti politics kwe kusobozesa okuba nti ekizibu ky'osobola okunogera eddagala osobola okukinogera eddagala.
But if there are things you can't solve, those are not, they are not political. They are now something else.
Bwabaawo ebirala ebiri wagguluwo ebyo byo obireka birekere Katonda byo naye bino Katonda byatese mu busobozi bwo. Ekigendera kya politics kwe kuba nti osobola okukozesa obusobozi bw'olina okubinogera eddagala.
So that was our line of the NRM. That's how you see we have got these achievements which we have achieved so far.
Kati line yaffe eya NRM era y'ensonga lwaki bino bimugenze mulayo ebigenze bivaamu biva ku nsonga lwaki nti omusingi gwaffe ogw'ebyokulembeze bya politics twagusimbaawo.
The purpose is prosperity, not identity, not anything else, but prosperity of the people.
Ekigendererwa ekyobukulembeze.
So no, I think the better word is ensonga.
Ensonga y'obukulembeze. I beg your pardon, Excellency. Ensonga y'obukulembeze.
Ensonga y'ebyobufuzi.
Ebyobufuzi. Lwaki benyigira mu byobufuzi? Eyali ensonga enkulu ennyo kwe kunogera ebizibu by'ekitundu eby'eggwanga eddagala ebisoboka.
For me to get from my home and go and say, you people, you support me, I want to be in leadership with your support, is because I think I can solve I can show you how to solve some of your your solvable needs.
Ekimujja mu nju n'agamba banaye nzize kwesimbawo. Ekimu kimujjaga nti yes, olw'okuba nina obusobozi obusobola okubaako ebizibu by'ennogera eddagala ebinogekeka eddagala. Kale mpulira obusobozi obwo okukwatagana nammwe nsobola obinogera eddagala.
But to come to politics because you want a job, you want this, that's very dangerous.
Naye bw'ojja mu byabufuzi olw'ensonga oyagala amawulire gakkubeko, oyagala omulimu, ofune ekyokulya,
nze ng'omuntu.
Nga ggwe nti ekyo ekinzijeeyo nfune omulimu nze ng'omuntu.
Very dangerous.
Ekyo President agamba kyakabenje kinene nnyo.
That's where the problems I think start.
Era President agamba nti awo wati okuba nti omutawaana we gwatandikira.
Now, then, how about the objectives of the politics?
Naye ate waliwo ebigendererwa ebya obukulembeze.
Now, the NRM again had a difference with these other political parties.
Kakati NRM era yalina ebigendererwa ebyenjawulo bw'ogereegeranya ne political parties enkadde.
Because for us, and this one I want you to people talk about it more because they are not talking about it anymore. I don't know why.
President agamba kino ayagala mukiwulirizira mwongere kukyogera kutamanyi lwaki temukyakyogerako.
Not only them, but even the secretariat and those people who should know better.
Fenna wamu ng'eggwanga.
Our difference with the UDP and UPC and Kabaka Yeka apart from the ensonga, the purpose, was also the aims.
Ng'oggyeko ensonga naye waliwo n'ebigendererwa, waliwo ensonga n'ebigendererwa. Kati enjawulo yaffe n'ebibiina bino ebirala bye twassa okwogerako yali ne mu bigendererwa mu by'obukulembeze.
The NRM from the beginning, even when we were a student movement, our aims were, we used to characterize it as the mass line, the line of the masses.
Kati bo endowooza yaabwe n'ekigendera mu by'obukulembeze yaabwe bya bonna
was to kuchenura, to solve the problems of all.
Kya bonna si bantu batontone bonna yali endowooza yaabwe.
Now the problems you are facing now are actually from that problem, because you don't get it very well.
Kati President alonze nti ekimu ku bizibu wekiva lwa nsonga nti awantu awo
those problems you are talking about are because you do not grasp, and these other colleagues of yours don't grasp this question of the mass line versus the line of the elite. Okukola ku nsonga z'abantu bonna oba okukola ku by'abanasomako bokka.
Waliwo endowooza y'okukola ku bintu by'abantu abatono, nasomako nkolerako bano, naye ng'ate yo endowooza nga NRM yalooza nti bonna abantu bonna benyigiremu, bonna basome, bonna ndowooza ya bonna.
In 1966, after our A-levels, we approached some elders in the Angkor area. We said, you people, because in those days, when students would get teaching jobs during the holidays.
Mu 1966 bagendako mu bakulu nga baali ba student bamaze okusoma bagenzeko bakulu bogereko nabo okufumba bafunanga emirimu gy'okusomesa nga bamaze okusomaawo A-level tebannamaliza kusoma kwonna ne bali mu luwummula.
So we had there for the holiday of December, and we would start the teaching in January.
Abaana bafunanga oluwummula ate lwabanga luwanvu okusoma ne kutandika mu January. Okusomesa bana bali mu luwummula nga basobola okugenda ne basomesa.
Between the A-level and university would start in July.
Mujjukira nti ebiseera ebyo twamalanga ebbanga ddene mu holiday ng'omuntu yamala ebibuuzo mu November paka July w'omwaka omulamba nga so ebbanga eryo president baalikozesanga okugenda basomese mu masomero.
But the schools were on holiday in December, so we approached some elders. You give us some financial support. We move around among these Banyankore to tell them to stop nomadism and practice modern commercial farming.
Kati olw'okuba amasomero gaba tegannatandika mujjukire gatandika January n'ebbanga eryo December awo bo bali mu holiday ne batuukirira abakulu nti mutuyambeko tutuukirire abantu b'ekitundu tugire nga tubasomesa okubajja mu ngeri y'okutambula basobole okufuna mu biki bakola nga batudde wamu.
One of the elders said, Abanyankore balijjeho tebakubasika tokuba Abanyankore tebakubasika. The Banyankore are impossible, you can't manage them.
Katolina aga nti musaaga Abanankole tebasobola ebyo mugenda okuboogera na mugenda kwogera biti mubaleke nga bwe bali.
So I asked him, I said, what should we do? You do your own things, leave them alone.
No, nababuuza nti kati ki kye twaluka nti gwe baveeko nga bwe batyo bwe bali bwe bali kola bikwatako Banankole bireke.
And so on and so forth.
Era ne bagezaako okwamalamu amaanyi mu bintu byanjawulo bingi.
But I didn't agree with those people. I said, but no, sir, my mother was a traditional woman, but when she joined the church in 1947, the church alone was able to change her, and she's almost like same modern now. Why can we not change these people if the church could change a traditional woman to become like a same modern because of the kanisa, why can't we change the whole society?
Nina kyemugamba nze sikkiriza kubanga obanga obukristaayo obwakisanga maama wange ng'ali mu ndowooza ya kinansi ey'obujjajja ey'okukola emirimu ngeri bwasobola omukyusa lwaki ffe abali wano nga tulina endowooza gye tulowooza lwaki mulowooza tusobola kubaku kye tusobola kukola mu bantu baffe.
So that was the line which was work for yourself and a few others. Those other people leave them. They are impossible.
Kati eyo endowooza eyaliwo weefeeko gwe nga bw'oli bali nga bwe bali baleke bwe batyo bwe bali tojja kubasobola. Endowooza eyo yaliwo mu kiseera ekyo.
So therefore our line was no, everybody can change.
Bo nga bagamba ekyo ffe tukkiriza nti buli muntu asobola okukyuka
and can change for the better.
Ate asobola okukyuka olw'obulungi n'ava wabadde ali ne weeyongerako mu maaso.
Now that's how our difference between the mass line and the elite line comes in.
Kati awo endowooza ey'okuba okukolera abantu bonna awamu weetandikira. Bo bakkiriza nti busobola okukolera abantu bonna awamu. Nabali bakkiriza nti waliwo basobola okukyuka naye si bonna. Kolerako batono oba biveeko naye bano baga no tusobola okubakyusa bonna awamu. Awo endowooza ya NRM eyokukolera awamu weetandikira.
So that's how when we come to every aspect, and I will appeal to you, if you really get this in your heads, many problems will go away, you will solve them.
Katpedaga nti kino singa onookiwulira n'okitegeera bulungi mu bwongo obwo ebizibu ebisinga tugenda kusobola okubinogera eddagala.
So we start with security.
Katwatandikira na mu byakwekuuma ebyokwerinda.
You must have security for everybody.
Nabaga nti buli muntu yenna yandibadde eddembe ebyokwerinda birina kuba eri abantu bonna ng'abantu bonna bali secure bali mu mirembe bonna nga bali mu ddembe bonna si bamu wabula bonna
tewabawo abatawaanya
bonna.
Nobody should disturb a Ugandan.
Endowooza yange bonna balina okuba nga balina eddembe.
How did we solve that?
Ekyo baakikola batya?
Discipline the army.
Ekisooka amagye gabe n'empisa.
Because it was the army mainly disturbing the peace of other people.
Kubanga baakiraba nti gaali magye agaali gasinga okwonoona eddembe ly'abantu.
Now the army has of course improved.
Ekyo tumanyi nti mulaba nti amagye ddala waliwo enkyukakyuka ey'omuggundu.
But there's a gap which you are not feeling, which allows problems to continue.
Naye wakyaliwo omwagaanya ogukyaleetamukko obuzibu.
Which is in your area now.
Ogwo guli mu bitundu byaffe eyo.
Because for us we said security for all.
Kuba ffe tukkiriza nti abantu bonna babe mu mirembe.
And our solution was discipline the army.
Era eddagala amagye gabe n'empisa.
Discipline the police.
Poliisi ebe n'empisa.
But there is, you may have no war, but you may not have justice for all.
Naye oyinza okuba kale tewali lutalo naye ate nga tewali bwenkanya eri bonna. Kale tewali lutalo naye nga lw'abantu abatalamulwa bulungi mu bwenkanya.
Justice for all.
Abantu bonna. Kale emirembe gyonna weegiri naye obwenkanya eri bonna.
Like land matters. Land matters.
Katogeza esedembe weri ne tulina ebizibu by'ettaka.
Okubba ettaka.
Okubba ettaka.
And the kubba ettaka, seeing the land, and the people, the victims are people who are not educated.
Abantu abasinga banyigirizibwa abantu abamu bataasoma.
The ones who cheat are a bit educated.
Era nga bakoze ababba
amataka
ababba be baata abasomyeko.
Now then you say, you the leaders in your area, you say mbaleke bamegane mu kooti Let them go and fight in the court.
Kakati mwenga bakulembeza ati mubaleke bija kugwera mu kooti kanosanga nga abantu baffe abatasoma babatutte babanyigiriza naye nga tugeti mubaleke bija kugwera.
So what you are saying is the heavyweight should wrestle with the lightweight in the court, in the boxing. You get a heavyweight to box with the lightweight.
Kati mudira bakanyama mu byobulamu mu byenfuna mu byaki negati bagende babinkane n'omwavu bajja kwimalira eyo mu kooti.
Now that's why you find a lot of anger among the people because they are really cheated, disturbed.
Kati awavudde obusungu kubanga banyigirizibwa balabanga mubateseka akazito.
Of course, theoretically they are supposed, but how can they afford a lawyer? They can't even afford a lawyer.
Mu mateeka kyekyandibadde naye ono gw'omutese naye yajja kusobola okusasula lawyer. Ontasobola okusasula lawyer gwagati mugende bibepike mu kooti.
So there you find justice for all. Justice for all is not functioning well.
Kati awo president anti olaba nti obwenkanya obw'abantu bonna wakyaliwo ekirumira tebunnavaayo bulungi.
Then you come to immunization for all has worked well.
Mujjukira programu yaffe eya bonna bagemebwe eyo yatambula bulungi.
Immunization for all.
Okugemebwa kw'abantu bonna.
And that's how the population has increased from 14 million to now 46 million.
Irawo mulaba nti ne obungi bw'abantu bweyongedde okuva ku milioni 14 kati milioni 46.
But there are other aspects which could be added on, which are not followed up.
Naye ate osanga wandibaddewo ebirala ebyandibadde byeyongerako bitagoberedde bulungi.
You had local governments.
Government zebitundu.
In your local governments, you have the district medical officers.
Era mu district la matuinako abakulembeze by'obulamu ku district.
You don't hear them going on the radio to teach the people about nutrition. Nutrition for all. Good nutrition for all. That one is not, it's just left there.
Kati ngojeko okugema. President agawaliwo ebintu ebirala kugeza. Okunyonyola abantu biki ebintu balina okulya. Kati ekyo tukisuula mu gguluka.
We are not saying you feed them. No, you teach them how to have good nutrition.
Lwaki abakulembeze ab'ebyobulamu ku district tebagenda ku radio okusomesa abantu endi ennungi tagaye nti mubagulire emmere ne mubasomese.
Then hygiene,
ebyobuyonjo.
This again you don't have to do things for families, but you can teach them, and in some cases you can even pass some bylaws.
Togenda kubagulira bibakozesa naye basomese awamu mu local councils muyinza n'okuyisa amateeka ag'ebitundu agakwatagana n'ebyobulamu.
Then the medicine in the hospitals,
eddagala mu malwaliro gaffe,
which is being stolen,
eribbibwa.
Because these hospitals are not in heaven, they are here on earth.
Kubanga amalwaliro gano ffe tuli nago tegali mu ggulu, tuli nago mu local government zaffe.
The district hospital,
tugayina mu district mu constituency ne ku magombolola.
So you can check what's happening there.
Tunga abakulembeze president oyinza okubuuza ki ekiriwo.
You can send somebody quietly to go there and see whether they're asking for a bribe.
Beako omuntu gw'osindekayo oli oba balina enguzi gye basaba ku ddagala lye bagenda okuwa abantu baffe.
So in addition to Bonna Bagemebwe, will now have Bonna, good health for all, Amagarama Runjigabona, good health for all.
Yeah. Kati ng'oggyeko okugemebwa obugemebwa nakyo nga kikulu nnyo bonna bagemebwe.
And it has worked.
Ate nga kikoze bulungi. Singa twayongerezaako na bino ebirala bonna balye bulungi, bonna beebake bulungi, bonna banaabe mu ngalo. kati program ezo natuganga tuzongereza ku ya bonna bagemebwe twandibadde tufunyemu nnyo okusinga okugenda ku kiri kyokka ekya bonna bagemebwe.
What you are saying now, that the life expectancy is now 60-something%.
Mulaba nti engeri obulamu bw'Abannayuganda beeyongedde okuwangaala okuva wali katuli ku myaka 65 okweyongera mu maaso.
From 43.
Okuva ku myaka 43 wali yaligamba nti Munnayuganda baweza 43 yakadde ne kati level yo twagivaako tula obulamu bwaffe myaka 65.
If you added the other ones, nutrition, hygiene, safe water, you would go to 80%, to 80 years, 75 years.
Kati singa twongerezaako ku kya bonna bagemebwe ekyaliwo etwongerako bonna banywa amazzi amayonjo, bonna basole bulungi, bonna basole mu katumba k'ensiri, bonna babe ne pit latrines, kitegeeza n'emyaka 65 gitwongerako twandibadde kati tugenda mu 8 singa twongerako ebyo President byatusaba.
This is the mass line.
Ekyo kya bonna, ekya NRM kya bonna, si kyabamu wabula bonna.
Then you come, because for me, I eat balanced diet.
President abagamba ye afuba nnyo okulya ebintu nga abyegendereza.
Sifuba ndya.
Tamala galya buli ekimusala mu maaso.
And other Ugandans are having balanced diet.
Era ne Bannayuganda bala bangi mufuba ekyo kikola.
But the masses who don't do it because they don't know. They don't have enough nutritional food.
Naye waliyo abala bangi Bannayuganda President baga nti twetaaga tubaffe kubanga enkola yaffe ya bonna kireme kubeera kuggwe wekka nga weerabirira naye bonna okubabuulira ki ekyokukola era bakikole bulungi.
Then you come to bonna basome, education for all.
Kati awo okuva ku bonna bagemebwe, bonna babe n'emirembe, bonna bagemebwe aye ne tugenda ku bonna basome.
This one we started in 1996-7. In that election, I remember saying, please, your children are going to be stunted education-wise. Let's have free education.
Ekyo okuva mu 1996 kalwako President yabayo ne statement nagana Bannayuganda bagenda kukona abaana bano bonna kateko program y'abaana bano bonna basome.
Remove school charges in government schools.
Mujeewo ensimbi ezisasulwa mu masomero ga gavumenti.
And let the children study free. The government will build the classrooms, will pay the teachers, will provide some of the scholastic materials. Bwemuddayo ebisale gavumenti kezimba ebizimbe kesasula abasomesa kereeta ennoni n'ebyetaagisa naye ebisale abaana ebasasula mu masomero mubijjeewo mu bonna basome. The parents should only do 4 things.
Katola abazadde ne basigaza emirimu 4.
Entanda for the child,
okuteekawo omwana ky'anaalya, entanda gy'agenda nayo ku ssomero,
packed food for lunch.
Agenda n'entanda ye ku ssomero.
Take exercise book and pen.
Okutwala ekitabo ky'okuwandiikamu ne peeni oba n'ekkalaamu y'okuwandiisa.
Me, I did not even mind about uniform. Because somebody who doesn't have uniform can study.
Era ye President n'ekya uniform, omwana buli mwana yandibadde ayambala uniform, tekyali nnyo. Kubanga yamanyi ti n'omwana atali uniform asobola okusoma.
But somebody told me that no, uniform is very important for the girl child. When some of these sugar daddies are trying to take a young girl in a lodge, in a school uniform. You catch him there.
Why? Abantu abantu ne uniform nkulu mukamange president kwa doma na solo chuma ndajina ne okuba ali abaana abantu abagala okununa abaana bafuna ddala abawala omwana omwala bamuwulira bamulanga bamukyamya mukafo akekusifu mwala ne uniform ngati gundi oyo atwala omwana w'essomero uniform etuyamba okutulaga ekyo.
So I said, okay, if that is the case, uniform can give up. It's really uniform.
Kati bamugamba ekinaga nti kale nekya uniform nakyo gube gumu ku mulimu omukulu gw'omuzadde.
So that was the division of labor which we proposed.
Kati yali engabana y'emirimu nga UPE ejja oba bonna basoma ajja nga abazadde balina olubimbi lwabwe ne gavumenti ng'erina olubimbi lwayo.
But the elite refused to implement it.
Ne banasomako bakigaana.
We send the capitation grant, we build the schools, but the children are still being charged.
Tuweereza sente ku masomero, ebizimbe tubizimbye, classes tuzizimbye, naye era amasomero gakyalemesezaawo ebisale mu masomero ga gavumenti.
And as a consequence, this is why you see in Kampala, this is why our school dropouts.
Kati era ekivudde mu kino be baana bano be mulaba abali mu Kampala n'abamu abali mu byalo excellence era abalemedde ku nguudo abalemedde mu butawuni olw'ensonga twateeka school fees mu masomero ne tubalemesa okugenda mu masomero. Kati bali ku nguudo bali mu buta balimu mu byalo basigala mu byalo ate ng'ekigendererwa kyali kyakuba nga bagenze ku ssomero.
You look at the statistics.
Kati bw'otunuulira ebiwandiiko.
In the primary schools, there are 11 million children.
Mu primary, mu masomero ga primary mulimu obukadde 11 obw'abaana.
And the years there are 7 years, P1 to P7.
Ate mujjukira emyaka egyo giri 7 okuva ku P1 paka ku kibiina eky'omusanvu.
In the secondary schools, where the years are 6 years, S1 to S6.
Kati ate mu senior secondary emyaka nga giri 6 okuva ku senior 1 senior esooka paka ey'omukaaga.
You have got 2 million children.
Tulinayo abaana miliyoni 2 abasomi miliyoni 2.
So then you ask yourself, where did the 9 million go?
Kati weebuuza ziri zabadde 11 zisigadde 2 omwenda guli luddawa?
That is the failure by the elite to implement the mass line, the line of the masses.
Kati awo wewali nti banasomako balemesa nnyo enkola yaffe eno eya bonna kubanga weebuuza omwenda guno guli luddawa kitegeeza guvudde mu masomero nga gwalemererwa.
One day when I was quarreling with Sambanyankole there,
olunaku olumu president yali ayombako n'abanankole
at a place called Kaihangara. I think it's called Kaihangara in Uganda.
Kaihangara in Uganda.
We had a public meeting there. And I spoke about this. Then there was one, I think she was like a primary teacher or something. She came up and said, okwegiza is omuluganda bakita kwekoza
nti abantu bano
because I was saying please stop bringing charges in schools. Now her line was these people can afford but they don't want. Nibegiza is somebody who can do something pretend that he cannot do it. Omuluganda bakita kwekoza
kati president yayogera mu lukiiko mukyalo omu gwalowooza nti yali musomesa n'awanika omukono n'agamba mukama wange president ebyogerako nti abantu bano basobola beekoza abantu bano basobola naye olwokuba bali mu kyejo kyabwe beekoza kugamba basobola naye otutu.
It's not a big issue. It's because they don't want to pay. That's why they are not paying.
Era nga mugamba nti ekyokusasula ssente mu primary mu kiseera kino tekikyali kizibu singa abantu baba bakyagadde okukikola naye abatakikola beekoza bwekoza.
So then I put it to the public. I say, you people, are you pretending or you cannot afford? The whole crowd shouted, like 80%, saying we cannot afford.
Kati president naye nabuuza ekyomukyalo nikyalo nti omukyalo nikyayogera kituufu mwekoza bwekoza nga musobola oba temusobola. Abantu banaga tetusobola.
Then I said, no, because you could see even with my eyes in the crowd, I could see these young people in their 20s, they are already mothers. So I said, you who say you cannot manage, come and tell me why. One of the young girls there, 20 something, maybe 21, so, oh, me, I'm a single mother, this and that and that and that.
Kati president naye yennyini yarabye mu bantu abali awo abamwala abaana myaka 2 bazadde myaka 21 n'abuuza naga ntoke njagala mujje mumbuulire naddala mmwe abatasobola kiki musobola batemusobola. Omwalo munaavaawo n'agamba nze ndi maama nsi nazaala omwana ono naye sisobola. So president naye nga akitegere nti ddala wali abantu abatasobola kusasula ssente zino ebisale biteeka ebyamasomero.
So here you are violating the mass line.
Kati bw'okola kino oba okontana n'engeri yaffe eya NRM eya bonna.
And yet if you implemented it, actually you will end up getting more money.
Naye ate singa oba wakigumiikiriza n'okikola ate ojja kufunamu nnyo, ojja kufuna ssente nnyingi.
Because if these children stay in school and they finish and then they start buying things from the shops, from what, you get more taxes because the things in the shops have taxes on them.
Kubanga singa obaleka ne basoma ne beesobola ne bava mu masomero nga balina kye basobola okukola ne bakola emirimu bajja kusobola okusasula emisolo. Kati gwe gavumenti ojja kufunamu nnyo nga abantu bano okoza engeri ya bonna okusinga okulowooza nti olabirira batono.
So bonna basome is interfered with.
Kati banasomako bonna basome ekigendero ekyali kya National Resistance Movement ekya bonna basome kyalinyirwamu eggere.
Finally, because I'm going very far, I'm going to a place called Cariro. There is some preacher there.
Ya president alina gyalaga Cariro.
Finally, bonna bagaggawale.
Kati ekisembayo bonna bagaggawale.
We started this long ago.
Kino bakitandika dda.
Started with entandikwa.
Mujjukira entandikwa.
Many years ago.
Emyaka mingi ko.
Sending money to the sub-county.
Nga baweereza ssente ku magombolola ez'entandikwa.
But people don't care about it.
Ninga abantu tebafaayo.
They don't implement.
Tebabiteeka mu nkola.
Because the idea was start with a few people in the sub-county.
Ekigendera kyali nti tandika n'abantu batono mu ggombolola.
The others learn from them.
Abalala bayigireko.
Then we added NADS later.
Oluvannyuma ku ntandikwa ntugattako NADS.
Then PMA.
Ne tugattako Plan for Modernization of Agriculture.
Then Operation Wealth Creation.
Ne tugattako OWC.
Now we are with PDM and emyoga and all that.
Kati era mu nkola eyo era ne mugendamu emyoga ne mugendamu PDM ne program za government nga nyingi president zati zezibadde zijja.
So that if this one was implemented,
kati singa kino twali tukiteese mu nkola,
would be very far.
Twandibadde kati tuli wala nnyo.
These fellows here in the cattle corridor. That goes from Kawaweta. How are the people from Kawaweta coming here? How? How do you bring them? Do they come every day together here or what?
No, Your Excellency, we started from Kaweta from 27th up to this morning. We came this morning using Ngoma, Igomero, Ngoma, Kavare, then we came here, Your Excellency.
Now, so those you can see that these roads here are not as good as the ones in other parts of Uganda. Sit down, sit down.
Kati, olaba nti enguudo za wano si nnungi nnyo, si nnungi nnyo nga bwogeregeranya oba oli abogeraganya n'ebitundu oluusi ebirala.
Like that on Ngoma side, those roads I don't think they are so good.
Ng'ezimu ku nguudo zemumanyi eyo eza kolas.
On the Ngoma side, the roads are not so good.
Kati enguudo zino eziri mu kitundu kino si nnungi nnyo nga zino ayogedde ku z'Engoma nga ezimu ze muyiseeko.
But they just listen to our message of wealth creation in the homes.
Naye newankubadde ekyo kiri bwe kityo amaanyi baagateeka ku kutonda obugagga mu maka gaabwe.
By listening to the transformation to the milk sector, from the traditional to the commercial.
Ng'amaanyi bagateeka ku engeri gye basobola okukyusa ku nte zaabwe ez'amata okuva ku nkola y'obujjajja ate kugenda ku nkola ennongooseemu.
Now, if you are coming, you are seeing their houses. They have got improved houses now. They are much richer than they were.
Kati bw'oba ng'otegerezza ojja kulaba ng'amayumba n'embeera y'abantu bano ekyuse nnyo newankubadde oluguudo si lwe lulungi ennyo naye olaba embeera z'abantu ng'awaka wakyuse nnyo kuba baawuliriza enjiri.
The areas of Masaka, some of the areas have listened to our call on the coffee.
Kati abamu ku bannamasaka districts za Masaka baawulira eddoboozi lya president erikukwatagana n'ebyemmwanyi.
The ones in some villages in Gomba, Kisozi, around my area there.
Abamu ku b'ekisozi awo okulina na faamu ya president nabo abamu eri eddoboozi baaliwulira.
Karangara eri mu mazzi eri because of the binazi. When I went there, one of my NRM people said, abatunda omuzigo gw'etaala banaatera okusenguka because nobody is using paraffin anymore. They are now using all solar power.
Ku bizinga era yemboozi kuba abatukana okumugamba nti waayi abatunda amafuta ag'ettaala n'agattadooba bagenda kusenguka nti kiki nti tekyayakisa ttadooba mu nnyumba ffenna twagenda ku sola be bantu beekalangala kati we bali awo
because of the palm oil.
Olw'ensonga y'okulima ebinazi.
In some of the areas of West Nile where they grow coffee like Zombo,
ne mu bitundu ebimu mu West Nile gye balima emmwanyi nga disitulikiti y'e Zombo,
you find there is prosperity there.
Era nayo ojja kusangayo enkulaakulana ey'omuggundu.
So therefore, this Bonna, prosperity for all.
Kati ensonga eno eya bonna bagaggawale.
So therefore, I'm rushing. I would have spoken more about it, but go back to the mass line where you are.
Kati ku nsonga eno ne ku nsonga endala tuddeyo ku mulamwa gwaffe ffenna awamu eya bonna tulekeraawo okusosola mu bantu wabula abantu bonna.
Because in the 1960s we had no power at all. The only thing we had was our mouth to talk.
Ogeza mu 1966 tebaayina masanyalaze bakozesanga mimwa okwogera.
We had no strength.
Tebaalina buyinza. Tebaalina buyinza. Baali bakozesaako katonotono aboogera ku kyalo kino ne boogera kuna ku kyalo kiri mpola mpola.
We were using our tongue to talk.
Nga bakozesa abantu be basobolanga okusinkana basobola okusinkana abatonotono.
Okuteekamu abantu essuubi ekintu ekitaaliwo by talking to them about what was not even seen, but that we are talking about that you can change.
Kati oba mu kiseera ekyo okuteekamu abantu essuubi nti kisoboka kino musobola okukikola naye nga bakozesa abantu abatontono mu 1966.
But now, if you prove by example that it can be done, more people will follow you.
Kati tegeeza nti gwe ng'omukulembeze kugombololayo mu disitulikiti yo nga kansala bw'omala okukakasa abantu n'obalagako n'ekyokulabirako nti ddala kisoboka abantu bangi bajja kukugoberera bajja kukikola.
Now, finally, Rukundo was saying that they visited somebody in a wealth creator. Who was that one? Tell me what they saw.
Your Excellency, they visited Mr. Frank Rugumaho. He is in the Chinyogoga sub-county, just a few kilometers from Oliver Regional Tambo. He has got dairy farming, beef rearing, and also he has got some crops on his farm, which he uses to augment his family so that they cannot look for food.
How many liters is he selling?
He sells over 1,000 liters per day.
Very good. So you hear now. This is there in Chinyogoga.
And he has value addition, Your Excellency. He even produces yogurt, and he produces also honey on the same farm. So he has now gone into value addition, Your Excellency.
Very good. So now, this is what I would like to, in summary, commend to you.
Kati President Chino Chayagala okubasigira abalaze
the mass line
okwenyigiramu kw'abantu bonna,
working for everybody,
okukolera abantu bonna.
And the good thing is that the policies are already there.
Ekyomukisa omulungi enkola weeri already. Enteekateeka weeri.
By the government.
Government enteekateeka emisingi weegiri.
So your task is understanding, explaining, and implementation.
Kati omulimu gwo omukulembeze kukitegeera, okinnyonnyole, ate okiteeke mu nkola.
So with these few words, I declare you cadres now. Now, regarding the uniform, I want everybody who comes for training here to go with the uniform. This is what I had told them long ago. Mulindako. But we have not discussed it in the High Command. Let's go and discuss it in the High Command because there could be security elements in it. The uniforms could be made in such a way that each uniform has got a serial number. Katimula wao sagala uniform okuzibisa. Each uniform to have like a serial number.
Yes.
So that we record it against the name of the one who gets it, so that we trace it. I don't want to just ad hoc say mugende when let's discuss it. And once we agree, we can even send you the uniform even when you are where you are. Translate.
President yagamba nti ye yayagala dda okuba nti buli muntu azze wano okutendekebwa agenda ne yunifoomu. Naye tebannaki kubaganyako birowoozo mu lukiiko olw'amagye kubanga wayinza okubaawo abayinza okwagala okukozesa yunifoomu eyo ate mu ngeri etali nnungi nga si mmwe. Kati President agamba nti bw'banaaba ki ekimu ku kiteeso ky'alina bamanye nti nno gundi yajja wano, Kiwanda yajja wano mwaka bwe guti yatwala yunifoomu gundi nga waliwo ne likodi eraga nga kuliko ne serial number ku yunifoomu eyo. Kirekeraawo kuba nti omuntu omulala yenna bannakigwanyizi bayinza ozikozesa mu ngeri etali nnungi. So olw'okuba ekyo tekinnatuukibwako ekya yunifoomu tugira tukirekako ko kati.
Mwebale, thank you very much. Katonda ababeere awadde
Basebo ne banyabo President mwenna abatongozza nga bakada ba enkulaakulana. Mwebale nnyo, mwebalidde.
Let's raise up for the anthems in reverse order.
The child who was born, I give the child 300,000 shillings. Take laki tatu kwa kamanda apatia prime minister, atampatia yule mtoto haraka. Mtwala satu obamu ekisingawo. Kigenda kumwonona. Sagala amanyire sente. Give it to Prime Minister to give the child. Thank you so much.
Well, we want to thank you, viewers of UBC TV. The sound on your screen is that of Robert Onyango. Well, the Prime Minister is receiving an envelope of 300,000 shillings from His Excellency the President as a naming gift to one of the two babies which were born from this retreat by some of the leaders who have been attending the 16-day retreat. And now that is the departure of the head of state, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who has taken almost 1 hour taking through these leaders on what exactly their role should be. He has touched issues of education where he says, yes, it has been his call to interest Ugandans to do away with education fees rather in the education sector of the country, and then probably also telling them that indeed they can go and now focus themselves on making sure that they monitor government projects such as the health system where corruption and other tendencies are happening there. The leaders have been tasked to go and be game changers of development in their communities. That has been a left behind token by the President, who has elaborately taken his time and took through these leaders on what exactly they are supposed to do. Then this is supplementing the 16-day retreat or training which leaders have been receiving at the two institutes, that is Oliver Tambo, Kaweweta, and here at Chankwanzo. Of course, during the course of that induction, the leaders have taken through different lectures, as you might have heard from different speakers here, where mainly they are sending them to go and be game changers of development and turning around. They need to go back and use the knowledge they have acquired during this retreat to at least bring about a change in their communities. This is a good beginning for the country, mainly where most of us are not suffering because we have not been given information, but because we have not gotten that specific person to speak to us. So all is as it has been, and we want to call it a day. We want now to hand back to the broadcast house at Nile Avenue in Kampala for no more programming. On behalf of the entire UBC crew of Jatindi Lawrence here and Bernard Otieno, I want to salute you and say a good afternoon, our viewers.
The East Africa UK Tourism and Culture Expo 2024 is here, happening on 8th and 9th of